Freak, are you kidding me?
I keep on falling, falling and falling. Will I ever reach the bottom? I'm sorry, 'cause I keep on falling, falling and falling. The dealer of pain is what they call me. And I keep on falling, falling, falling. Will I ever reach the bottom? I'm sorry. I keep on falling, 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 falling. The dealer of pain is what they call me. And I keep on falling, falling, falling. Will I ever reach the bottom? I'm sorry. I keep on falling, 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 falling. The dealer of pain is what they call me.
Freak, are you kidding me?
What's going on, Juco?
Rumble, YouTube family, everybody in the house. It ain't Tuesday, it's Wednesday. Even better. So we close into the weekend. Yes, yes. What's happening? Welcome to Ironwork 92,000. It ain't Truer Tuesday, it's whatever Wednesday. So you already know what it is. It's going to be the same order of business, discussing the flat earth, all the crazy stuff in between. You understand what I'm saying? But everybody that's here, as many as we got here, because we have other shows going on, and this was a little bit unscheduled. It is what it is. Still, welcome. I'm glad to have everybody here. And for those that are coming in, first order of business, you know what it is. I'm going to greet you. I am going to greet you. So, off the top of my head. So, we got Warrior. What's happening, Warrior? Warrior's in the house. ABC. Angela Baby Carson is in the house. Sean Alkey's in the house. Yes, yes. Mikey Smith, horizontally opposed, is in the house. Nano CBD, one of my day ones, is in the house. FE Nation is in the house. Let's see. Tourette 3006 is in the house. Yes, he is. Sea Lightning 300. He's also in the house. Yes, he is. Oh, another one of my day ones. Look at that. I'm having a stroke. But y'all know who it is. Grandma used to say, our sister Erica, she's also in the house. What's up? What's up? Who else did I not get off of the top of my dome? Let me see. All right. Now I'm just gonna go see what the list say. Christy Lee Dolls, what's happening, sis? Is in the house. What's up? Okay. All right. And I think damn near I got everybody, man. I damn near got everybody. Shoot, look at that, boy. Look at that. Look at me. Jim Anus, that's right, is in the house. FE Nation. If I hadn't said him, FE Nation is in the house. Yes, he is. All right. Awaken Nemesis. Hey, brother, what's happening, man? Awaken Nemesis. I was thinking about you a lot, man. Awaken Nemesis, good to have him around. Very knowledgeable, very good person to have in the chat, just to awaken folks as to different aspects as to what it is we're discussing at hand. You know what I'm saying? Awaken Nemesis is in the house. What's happening, brother? Jimmy Satterfield is in the house. Yes, he is. Yes, indeed. All right. Yes. Maria Walker. Hey, sis, what's happening? Maria Walker's in the house. All right. Yeah, so man, we're moving, we're grooving. Black Light, it's about, man, I hadn't seen you in a while, bro. Black Light is in the house. Black Light, what's happening, brother? Flat Power, amen. You know what I like when he says that is Bro Sanchez. Bro Sanchez is like, hey, y'all. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was in here and we doing things correct and we not going to curse, because you know how sometimes we be cussing. So flat power family. You know what I'm saying? Bro Sanchez be saying that, and since he's been saying that, I love seeing that, man. So flat power to our brother, Black Light. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. All right, who's this? Orezeo Vetagen. Orezeo, you see, I hate when I sound stupid saying people's name. Orezeo Vetagen. Good to see you, brothers. Good to see you, family. Welcome. All right, and I think, oh, wait. One of my day ones, Shannon Emerson. Welcome, sis. It's good to have you, sis. It is good to have you, and welcome. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my Lord. My goodness. I'm thinking we must got a guess. Oh, my goodness. Family, you know him from being not from Chewbacca, but from Saskatchewan, right? Anybody could guess who it is? Anybody could guess. Can anybody guess as to who it is that is in the house? Can anybody guess? Anybody? Take a guess. Small guess. Hey, man. Hey. Bald. Got them Nosferatu nails in the house. Doing things that some of us can't do, but making it happen. Welcome. Adding Mikey to the stage. Come on down, Mikey. Welcome, brother. It's good to see you, man.
I'm flicking my hair.
All right. It's good to see you, bro. How's everything?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I could have had a better day, but I'm all right for now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Oof. What a week it has been indeed. What a week. So we're counting down the days, huh? We are counting down the days, ain't
Yes, we are. Yes.
we?
We've got a little slight adjustment to do to the car due to bumping into a deer crossing the road today. So my car is still drivable, which is wonderful. I'm going to do a little bit of cosmetic work on Friday because it's going to be at least half decent warmish here. And I'll be able to do the minor adjustments to my car so it will appear to be half decent looking.
Okay. I feel you, man. Yeah, you got to take care of your ride, man, before making that long ass trek.
Yeah.
So just because you never know. Before we continue, let me say what's up. Shout out to our brother DJ New Moon. DJ New Moon, yo, man, I saw some of your work on these people's channel. I saw your work on Vika's channel. I also saw your work on Flatzoid's channel. DJ New Moon's got some pretty good shit, man. DJ New Moon's got some pretty good tunes. You know, he mashes up the videos and stuff like that. Shout out to DJ New Moon. If you don't know who it is, make sure you sub to DJ New Moon. He's got some really good stuff. If you like music and you like videos and the play on the videos, check out DJ New Moon. He's got some really, really good stuff. Shout out DJ New Moon. You know what I'm saying? So welcome. So yeah, go ahead, Mikey. I apologize for that.
Yeah, not a problem. So where was I going to go with that? Yeah, so I'm not complaining whatsoever. I don't want to bring this up until I come back from the trip, but it would be obviously nice for some long-term benefits to help pay to get my car fixed at some point. I do have a picture of it I will show later. It's not a serious issue. It's just the whole taking it into the shop, the package policy. I have to pay $700 in order for them to repair the bumper and the grill. But we'll leave that until frickin' summer. I could care less at this point. So once I glue it back together, it will look half decent. So
Bondo. If you ain't got glue, or if you're going to use anything, use Bondo. Bondo tends to work.
I've got some crazy ass cement glue or something, but whatever. We'll do it up. There's a hole in the bumper. I'll just tape that up with gray tape because my car is kind of gray, so it will somewhat match.
Yeah,
but we'll just move on. I'm not even going to worry about it because I don't want to have anything ruin my trip. So
JB Weld, there we go. JB Weld and Bondo. JB Weld and Bondo. Yep.
And so, yeah, we can look at that later. One thing I'm going to mention later, I got a map. I want to show it.
Okay.
It is a magnetic flat earth map, just like the one over there. No, where am I pointing? Over there, that one.
Really?
And it's quite large. It was supposed to be a magnetic sign for my hood when I ordered it, but me being so clueless, and I know my car very well, I know Subarus, but the hood is aluminum, so I was not able to use it because it obviously does not stick to the hood. So I have it still in the box, and or I put it back in the box, and I would like to sell it if somebody was interested in it. It's quite nice and large and in charge, and wherever you could magnetically put it would be fantastic if anybody wanted it. So
okay, all right. Yeah, man, I'm all eyes. We're all eyes. Before we continue, I saw a couple of my people in here. We saw Nate X. Nate X is in the house, brother. Nate X is in the house. Yes, he is. Large and in charge. Good to see you, brother. Nate X, and then we got Lord Racer as well. Lord Racer is also in the house, and it's good to see you too, Lord Racer, and welcome. Okay, so Mikey, so what's this map that it is you talking about, bro?
Yeah, I'll just grab it and I'll show everybody here.
The True Few, what's going on, family? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. So as you guys know, we are winding down, baby. Mikey Smith is going to be down there. Okay, that is the Gleason map. Oh, bro, that's the Gleason's map, cuz. What you talking about? You had a magnetic map.
This is magnetic.
Man, this dude talking about the magnetic. I thought you had something special. Didn't
No.
nobody have like a Gerardus Mercator map that nobody had that was a polar projected map? I thought you had something crazy. The truth you was happening, cuz. So you got a Gleason's map.
Yeah.
You're gonna
A flat
stick
Earth
to your
map,
fridge.
magnetic. Yeah.
That you're gonna stick to your fridge.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to use it
Oh.
because my fridge is too small. But yeah.
Oh man, yeah, man. I thought you had something popping. So, family, it's all good. Yo, I don't know about y'all, man, but before we get rolling into what you got going on, Mikey, I wanted to talk about a couple of things, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, we are living in some very, very strange times. This is not me that's going to be doing a commercial for nobody. No, that's not what I'm here for. But I wanted to see if anybody noticed what these people, I was going to say a bad word, but I have been good. I have been good. Yes, I've been good with the words. Da. So, what these guys have been putting out recently, I wonder if people have been paying attention. So, we have a new set of people in governmental office, right? There's a lot. If you don't live within the confines of the North American continent, so I'm talking about Mexico, not just the United States. I'm talking about Mexico. I'm talking about Canada, along with the United States. So if you don't live within the confines, you may not know what it is that we know here. I'm not saying that we know everything, because a lot of times it's us that be secluded from the news that's the rest of the world's got. You know what I'm saying? But just bear with me. Check this out here. So I'm going through my little news feed joint, right? Going through my little news feed joint. And then I get this joker right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this right here. And I'm like, really? Let me stop talking about it and let me show y'all what the hell it is I'm talking about right here. If you don't see it, there it is right there. I'm going to make it bigger. And it says, chances of a city killer asteroid hitting Earth reach record high, says NASA. Hilarious. And then they show us a picture of this of a rock. These guys are unreal. So check this out. A newly discovered asteroid is hurtling through space. So the last few days, I've been keeping my eye on this, right? It was like 1 in 900 something. Then it was 1 in 90. Then it was 1 in 60. Now it's 1 in 32 chances, right? Or no, actually, it was 1 in 38 chances. Now it's 1 in 32 chances. And then it says a newly discovered asteroid hurtling through space, and scientists say its chances of striking Earth. And look at the year. These guys, if you don't watch My Lunch Break, they do shit like that. They're like, oh, there's a 1 in 32 chance, and the chance that it's going to happen is during the year 2032. You know what I'm saying? Like these dick suckers, boy, when it comes to sucking dick, they are off the chain, and they bring their lies along with them. So check it out, right? 2032 is rising with a 1 in 32 probability of impact. Experts warn that this so-called city killer could unleash a devastating consequence. So I'm going to give you my thoughts here in a little bit. And this is like late news, like some of the latest stuff. This was updated 18 hours ago. Let's continue. NASA has been steadily revising its estimates. On February 7th, the agency increased the asteroid's impact probability from 1.2 to damn near double, right? But well, whatever, man. These guys are just so full of it. Subsequent updates saw the likelihood rise to 2.6 before reaching the current figure of 3.1. Blah, 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 blah. Tracking asteroid 2042 year 4. All right. Scientists have been closely monitoring, blah, blah, blah. Discovery on December 27th, 2024. The asteroid estimated to be between, all right, so almost like 300 feet in diameter, right, has been placed on NASA's risk list due to its potential impact on December. Look at the year. Look at the year. Look at the time. So they're saying during the damn winter solstice on 2032. Look at how exact they're making it. So the winter solstice is typically December 21, but this time 2032 on the winter solstice. Boy, these people are something else. Unreal. Let's see what else they say about this nonsense. These lies that they putting out there. Okay, they're basically done with it. So that's all for the lies for today. Oh, no. There's a read more section. Okay, which it's more bullshit. January 27th, impact probability. So what I'm going to do, family, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share it with y'all so you guys could see exactly. They just fucking lie about everything. So my thing is this, y'all. My thing is this. Is anytime I bring this up here, anytime I kind of discuss these things, I want you, like I talk about it, it's brief, it's fast, like we put our spin on it, but I want you guys to see it. So then that way, when the news comes across and they want to drop some bullshit in your lap, you already know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? You don't need me to let you figure out the bullshit. You guys are pretty good at detecting it, right? But at least you get to say, oh, I already heard about that nonsense. Oh, now it's 1 in 16 chances instead of 1 in 32 chances. Sure. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. These guys suck dick, man, and they're full of shit. Let's see what else we can see on that right there. Let's see what else. Potential impact zone of city killer asteroid. The risk corridor. So they have a risk place. The area that could be affected of the 20 encompasses major global regions, including the Eastern Pacific. So you know what the Eastern Pacific is? That's us. They made sure to let us know the Eastern Pacific Ocean. So the Eastern Pacific is people in the United States for the most part, right? Hawaii and everything east of Hawaii, right? The Arabian Sea, Africa. So basically that part of the world, right? Arabian Sea, out of Africa, parts of South America. So they're letting us know basically if we're going to shoot a missile that we're going to call an asteroid, if we're going to drop a bomb that we're going to call an asteroid, we're going to drop it in and around the Eastern Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Arabian Sea, Africa, South Asia, parts of South America. All right. And it continues. Some of the world's most densely populated cities fall within this corridor, including Bogota, Colombia, Mumbai and Chennai, India, and Lagos, Nigeria. Basically, some of the most populated areas in the world, right? The Torino scale rating. NASA currently classified the 2024 year 4 at level 3 on the Torino scale, a system used to gauge the potential threat of a near-Earth objects, NEOs. The scale ranges from 0, no risk, to 10, certain catastrophic collision. And then it goes on to say, quote, it is uncommon for an asteroid to be rated at Torino scale 3. Basically saying, get ready, y'all. We're gonna throw some shit y'all's way, and then we're probably gonna lace y'all up with a fucking bomb. That's what they're saying. And here's the thing, man. Don't put it past these motherfuckers to say, do not at one time put it past these motherfuckers to not missileize somebody. Because here's one thing we know. They've already burnt places. They've done it to Maui. They've caused catastrophe in Wyoming. Possibly are the ones that caused catastrophe in North Carolina. Possibly are the ones that caused DEW or Dewey, Mountain Dew over in California recently, right? And for them to kind of prep us and to let us know by 2032, we could very well see this from Hawaii, and they let us know the eastern part of the Pacific. That's Hawaii, y'all. Okay, that's Hawaii, all the way to Africa and India. They're letting us know they're gonna zap us, or they're gonna try and zap us. Yeah, exactly. 3 in 3 chance. Yeah, exactly. These people are full of shit, and I figured y'all could see the bullshit before they let y'all. Yeah, and here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. This is a time of knowing. We've known a lot of the bullshit. Just recently, yesterday, they printed on the news that, the Trump administration had figured out they sent Doge to look at Fort Knox. And it's a big deal. Because you know what? People that know know that Fort Knox is fucking empty, right? We've known for years, decades, that Fort Knox is empty. But now, like I was looking first thing in the morning yesterday, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, people are starting to find out. Like the rest of the idiots are starting to find out. And I hate to call them idiots, but whatever. If they can't figure out that the earth is flat, something needs to be said about them. I'm like, these people haven't figured out that Fort Knox is empty. And now they're going to have a hissy fit about it. But here's the thing. Like these alarm bells, we've been ringing these alarm bells for years now. It's only when people like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and other people like that start saying stuff that people want to, sound the alarm. And I'm like, what are you sounding an alarm for? This is stuff that we've already told you. Like these guys telling you, really, you shouldn't be alarmed. They're telling you so you could get alarmed. But also, these are the same people that are going to catch a lot of these folks that do wrong and then not throw them in jail. They're going to catch a lot of these folks that commit treason here within the North American continent and then not set them up so that they can be executed. They're going to catch these people that are pedophiles. And I'm going to say the goddamn word. Listen, these words need to be said. Don't have them sit there and constrict how you say things. And I'm going to say it on my channel. I don't give a damn. They could demonetize me. I'm not even monetized. It is what it is. Whatever. I don't care. But they're going to take these pedophiles and then they're not going to try them. They're not going to execute them. They're going to just say, oh, he's a pedophile. And then they're going to let them walk. They're going to let them move to fucking Greece. They're going to let them move to the Mediterranean, all without consequence. So do you think that they're going to tell you anything to benefit your life? That's a rhetorical question. The answer actually is no. They're not going to tell you anything to benefit your life. Instead, what these guys are going to do is they're going to set you up, prep you up, make you think that, oh, we got these guys dead to rights. We got them. Okay, you told us about some stuff that we already knew that they were up to. Are you going to send them to jail? And if you send them to jail, you're going to send them to Rikers? What's up? You're going to send them to Sing Sing? What's going on? You're going to send them to Cook County Jail? What's up? If they're not doing any of those things, they're not serious. If they're not doing any of those things, they really don't give a fuck about what concerns us. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about if we want justice or not. They really don't. And I know I sound a little bit long-winded. I know I sound like, all right, I'm kind of off topic. But here's the thing. I'm not, man. I'm not. These people, they're talking about an asteroid that's supposed to come in 2032. They're talking about, okay, so let's get this straight. They're talking about an asteroid that's supposed to come in 2032. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, we're going to send a bunch of astronauts to the moon, right? By 2027. On your way to the moon, why don't you destroy that fucking asteroid that's out in space? That asteroid is supposed to be out here. We had a mission back in 2022. I don't know if you guys recall. It was called the DART, the DART mission, right? It was conducted by the Johns Hopkins Physics, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Physics, whatever. Some bullshit fucking stand-up nonsense that Doge probably needs to commit their time to. Anyway, so it was conducted by those guys, the Johns Hopkins school. They launched a rocket, right? They claimed moving at like 14,000 miles an hour. They hit this fucking meteorite out in deep space, right? And then they changed its course. Why don't you do that with this motherfucker over here? If it's that big a deal, right? You committed to doing this in 2022. This was years ago. So you figure by that time, you've already had gotten 3 years of advanced information technology. From 2022 to 2024, 2025, you could launch 1 million darts at this thing in 2025 that's supposed to strike us in 8 years. Knock it off its fucking course so it doesn't fucking hit Earth. It's only 300 fucking feet across. That's it. But you want to know something? Here's the thing. They fucking use everybody's ignorance like people forget. I don't forget, man. I'm like Pepperidge Farms, dog. I'm like Pepperidge Farms cookies. My black ass don't forget. Okay? So my memory remembers certain things. Other things I forget. But they did this DART mission. Apparently, it was a success. They managed to knock this fucking thing off course. They're not going to be able to knock this fucking thing off course. It's headed for Earth, and it's got a 1 in 32 chance. Give it a couple more weeks, it's a 1 in 10 chance. It's a 1 in 8 chance. And then before you know it, it's a 1 in 6 chance. And so now we need to prep. Thank God we have the Space Force. Now we need to prep for a fucking asteroid that's headed Earth's way. Which now leads me to my next point. We have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. This is something that I've been looking at these last few days. Look at that, how professional I am. I can't even fucking get this freaking thing on blast fast enough. Right? But you have this dude, this African dude, that just came up with this new fucking car. Is there any? Everybody raise your hand. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with this African dude that's come up with a new way to power things. Put a 1 in the chat. Just a 1. Let me know. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Gregory does. Okay. Russell Gregory does. 1. Jeff Gatshead does. Rachel's in the house. Okay. Jeff Gatshead's in the house. Russell Gregory's in. Okay. RG. Eugene 12. What's up, family? Everybody that I just mentioned. What's up, family? Derek Nelson. Also, what's up, family? I didn't say what's up to y'all. Welcome, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, okay. So you guys know Schneider doesn't know. Serious Business. Welcome, welcome, welcome to y'all as well. So if you don't know, he goes by the name of Maxwell Chikumbutso. Okay. So what Maxwell Chikumbutso discovered, I'm going to show it. And all right, I'm going to stop flapping my gums over here. And I want y'all to see. Okay. I want y'all to see for yourselves. Let me get a not so long one, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna show y'all this. Okay, this isn't the most recent. This what I'm about to show you is one of his earlier projects, and this is going to give you a an idea as to what it is his brothers achieved as to late. Let's see. Here we go, right here.
Zimbabwe's most celebrated technopreneurs, Maxwell Chikumbutso, has once again come up with a masterstroke innovation, and this time it is an embedded wireless power generator that uses radio frequency to power a television set. Chikumbutso demonstrated his latest innovation to a ZBC News crew at his base in Harare, whereby a TV does not need the electricity connection for it to function.
This is our self-powered TV that we have designed, the first in the world to have such kind of a technology where a television is powered with a radio frequency. So as you can see right now, I'm powering this television. So this is the first television in the world that uses self-power to say. It is all in one. You don't need to put it on electricity or on solar panel or anything. As it is a complete solution. Behind the television, you can see that there is a microsonic energy device, this box. This is the device that is converting radio frequencies into pure energy. As you can see, the power of the cable was supposed to be here. On all traditional televisions, power comes here, but there's no power, as you can see. The television it is working as it is. So in layman, I think this television is we can call it a self-powered television.
It is indeed.
So this dude came up with a self-powered tech, right? This was 3 years ago. And I remember the day, well, not the exact day, but I remember 3 years ago when he came out, he decided he wanted to do this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, this is a pretty damn big deal. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Grandma used to say, yeah, I hope he's careful. Because I was like, this is a pretty big deal. You got a self-powered just TV. If you had a self-powered anything, but he could self-power a TV to run off of RF energy. Let's continue. I'm over here running.
Indeed, an exciting innovation that comes in handy for households without electricity, and even so, a relief to many in the event of power outages. Chikumbutso continues to fly the Zimbabwean flag high in the world of innovation, and this latest offering will put the country's map at the forefront of technological transformation. Owen Mundova, ZBC News, Harare.
So Harare, I believe, is the is either the capital of Zimbabwe, if I'm not mistaken. Damn, I should have just done the damn research. I totally forgot what Harare is, but it's in Zimbabwe, right? University of Harare is like Zimbabwe's New York Technical Institute in New York City. All right. So this dude, why am I showing you his TV? If you don't know, as of late, it's funny because shout out to Eugene 12. Eugene 12 called him Chicken Boots. So his name is Maxwell Chikumbutso. Chikumbutso. You got to say it with the African accent. Chikumbutso. You know what I'm saying? You got to say it with that bass in your voice. So he just came up with something that's basically quite revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to play that for y'all right here. Let's go ahead. Let's right here. There it is. Boom. Check it out.
Most of us still don't know if Maxwell Chikumbutso's microsonic energy device is real or not. And I'll leave that to you to decide whether it's a groundbreaking invention or a scam. But here's something fascinating about his story. Because he couldn't secure a patent for his technology, he had to come up with a unique way to protect his intellectual property. Maxwell claims that he built his microsonic device with a self-destruct.
Now, here's the thing. This is fast forwarding from 3 years ago, 2022 to now. Okay. We're fast forwarding from 2022 where he was just powering TVs to now. So basically they're talking about from then to now. So pay close attention. Check it out.
Destructive safeguard to prevent anyone from tampering with it or reverse engineering it. At the end of the video, I will play a clip of Maxwell explaining this self-destructive technology in his own words. But first, let me summarize it for you. According to him, the device is equipped with a small detonator that will cause it to explode if someone tries to open it up or mess with its internal components. He assures that the explosion is small and won't harm anyone, but it's enough to destroy the device completely. On top of that, he says they've added software safeguards as well. If someone tries to tamper with the wiring or the system, the software will trigger the device to self-destruct. This raises an interesting question.
My man watched too much Inspector Gadget.
Technology might protect his invention from being copied. What happens if the device needs repairs? Imagine taking your car in for routine maintenance and accidentally triggering the self-destruct mechanism. It's a risky trade-off, but Maxwell argues that this was the only way he could protect his invention after being denied a patent. Now, I'm going to play a clip of Maxwell explaining this self-destructive technology in his own words. Listen carefully and let me know what you think in the comments.
We have done and we are trying to protect it. We have embedded it in the vehicle. Okay. Yes. And it has got a self-destructive technology. On the 150 wires on this car, if you try to tamper with 5 of them, it will classify. You destroy the Microsoft energy device, both the software and the hardware. That's how we are protecting the technology because we couldn't get a patent.
Man, my man trying to protect his car so hard. It's like your black ass, your battery could go down. And then you over there just trying to charge your battery. You fuck around and pull the wrong wire. And it's like your car is finna explode in T-minus 10, 9. You're like, God damn it, I'm just late for work. I'm trying to charge my shit. You for real gonna blow up my car? Check it out.
Ways on how to protect the technology in the event that we use it. For example, we go in a country, we will set up a power station, there's a hostile takeover. What is? How do you protect our technology? That's why we took the trade secret route. Our patent is kept, our design is kept, the recipe is kept in 3 countries, and the people who are keeping it, they don't even know each other. The second thing, we try to protect the hardware side, because if the engineer remove like a circuit board, you can trace, you can see that this is a rectifier, this is a microchip. So we put a small amount of a detonator inside, but that cannot harm anyone. But if you just try to tamper with it, you blow it. That's part of the second board. Also on the software, if someone can have the source code, he can try to do reverse engineering. So we work on an algorithm that if you tamper with certain wires on the vehicle, you are going to destroy the microsonic energy device. Yeah.
So you can't tamper.
You see all them brothers and sisters over there cheesing and shit, happy as fuck, boy. They're like, all right. They're like, we don't want nobody to get this secret. I like it too. I dig it. I dig it. Only problem I have with that is that you let people know. I wouldn't have told nobody shit. That's just me. But whatever. Let's continue.
You cannot tamper with it. If you tamper with it, then you lose your investment.
Question: what would be the market price for it?
Right now, we're still doing costing. I think before the end of this week, we have the final costing, but it's going to be cheaper. That I can.
So, which products do you have?
So, if you want to buy a car, they're selling it. They're actually on sale right now for $15,000 per automobile, but that does not include shipping and handling. So, if you wanted to buy a car, the car itself with the microsonic technology in it, 15 grand. 15 grand. Okay. Let him continue.
On the market. Are the batteries on the market?
The green and off-grid machines are on the market, the TVs are on the market, the bikes are on the market, the cars as well, they're on the market.
So when you say on the market, where would one buy one?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to buy a battery, where would you go?
Right now we're doing, I think you saw the company that we're talking about, like in Zimbabwe, which was doing that video. That's our agile centricity marketing. But right now we are using the Tesla model, which we are using that we don't want to have middlemen, because the price will be so high to the end users. So we're saying people they will buy straight from safe in other countries, then they'll get that product there. For example, we are setting up in Switzerland, so it is going to cover Europe and some parts of Europe. Then we have got other countries that will pick up in like in Central Africa, East Africa, and Northern Africa, which will cover differently.
So what's the maximum speed for this? And
This is an answer we can
So he asked him about a maximum speed. What he said was, I think, around 200 kilometers, roughly 200 kilometers per hour. Either way, I narrowed it down to like 135 miles an hour. 135 miles an hour in American talk. Okay, let's just put it straight. In American talk, like 135 miles an hour. That's what the max speed was. Now, before I continue with that video, we got people like Jeff Gashead saying, lying, holding his chest. How can you fools believe it, Derek? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to get to that point. I want this brother to go ahead and finish his point. I'm going to go and I'm going to get to that point here in a second. Let me stop flapping my gums.
It's on. It's on right now.
It's on.
Oh, yeah. So they're not mechanical, they're not like moving parts.
The only moving part that you will see on this car is a reduction gearbox, but you don't have to maintain it to service.
The generator doesn't have.
The generator doesn't have any moving part. Usually those type of devices are known as 0-point energy. So you cannot even maintain it, you cannot service it because there's no friction that is happening.
wow.
At Awaken Nemesis. See, yes. He's selling that. He's also selling the hypersonic microwave technology in a separate as a separate entity itself, like a suitcase size thing, I believe, that you can attach within your current automobile so it can run without fuel. It is an infinite machine to run without fuel. That is absolutely correct. And he's saying for around like $10,000, and I think this is 10,000 pounds or something right here, is what Awaken Nemesis says. That is absolutely true. That is the absolute truth. That is the absolute truth based off of his claim. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Technology, the past, so that the only less energy will go to recharge the battery, but the greater power of the energy powers the device. So that is the beauty of it now. If you understand what I'm saying, those people who understand like how batteries work. For example, in a car, in a typical car, the acid batteries, they've got your alternator has got a regulator. So when you're using a battery, that means the alternator is off.
Good night,
But
rethinking.
when we are using, when a battery is depleted, for you to recharge and use it at once is very impossible. They don't have that technology yet. We have got it. That's the pass-through technology that you can now take power from it and recharging it at the same time. So the regulator now cuts off the power that has to be coming from the battery, and it will redirect it direct to the car from the alternator. So this is what we have done. We have made it possible that a small battery can now do something that is big. Then on the car, I think we're going to demonstrate all the cars that you know. If you go to Kaya right now, all their cars, you have to plug in either a DC charging station or an AC charging station. Our car is the first car. This is a generator. I think if you can go to the fridge,
Pay
you can
special
see
attention.
he's going to plug in, and you will see that the fridge is going to be powered by a car. Like I said, you can buy a car. You don't need to have a generator at your home. You use your car.
Look at that. So they got the fridge working because of the car. They plugged the fridge into the car.
That's the car. So the person who has the vacation, you can come and see.
So there it is.
So is the microsonic device?
What we have done, like we said, the microsonic energy device is the invention that we have done and we are trying to protect. We have embedded it in the vehicle.
Okay.
Yes. And it has got a self-destructing technology. On the 150 wires on this car, if you try to tamper with 5 of them, we will classify. You destroy the microsonic energy device, both on the software and the hardware. That's how we are protecting the technology, because we couldn't get a patent.
So more like
Yes, it's incomplete.
So this stuff looks amazing. I'm not gonna lie. This stuff looks absolutely. It looks like a dream come true. And yes, sis, trust me. I think. Okay, so yes, he needs to be careful. But if you don't know, what they didn't mention is that he's visited the United States already. During his, and this was a few years back, during his trip, a co-worker, well, a business partner and him, they both traveled to the United States. They both got poisoned. His friend died. He did not. He managed to survive. Immediately thereafter, he took his black ass back to Zimbabwe. Upon making it back to Zimbabwe, he realized why he was poisoned, right? I wouldn't have told the US, I wouldn't have told any white country nothing. I hardly would have told any of my leadership anything, because they're in league with a lot of these European nations. I wouldn't have told them shit. Here's the reason why. It has nothing to do, it's not a racist thing, but rather we need to see where we are in this world. We understand that these countries are driven by fuel, by greed, by money, everything else. Everything is fuel. So if you're deep within the market, like China, the US with the electric cars, this one with gas, Saudi Arabia with gas, right? Do you think I'm going to go to these countries to tell them about my new fucking invention that's going to kick their gas way off the market and tell everybody that their gas is absolutely useless? And these fields of gas that they're sitting on is like what? Nothing, right? Is as useful as the sand that it's sitting on? Absolutely not. So, but that's just me, right? It's too late, right? There's no, what's that spilt milk saying? The spilt milk saying applies right now, right? What I mean is this. So after he came back from doing his thing in America and getting poisoned, he came back 3 years later. He got partnered up with a Chinese company to make his new hypersonic infinite power car. It has parts of a stereo amplifier with a fan screwed to a heat sink. Listen, Jeff Gashead, I don't know how it's powered. Okay, I don't know truly how it's powered, and I'm not going to claim like I know everything. And here's why. And it's one of those things where we've got 3 balls that we're juggling, and we don't know which one of those balls is important. Where we may think all those balls are important, but which is the most important? This dude has a kind of technology. He's figured out, I guess you could say, the Tesla way of doing things, the true Tesla way, not the Elon Musk Tesla way. Why am I saying that? The US market is quiet about this technology. The reason I asked you guys if anybody knew about this is because I knew about this years ago. I hadn't heard anybody mention this thing. I mentioned it last week, but before that, nobody mentioned this, right? Nobody spoken about this dude. Nobody spoke about his technology. Nobody spoke about the fucking TV that was just running on its own. But I knew about this for years, right? I'm not saying that I know everything. I really don't. But nobody's spoken about this. And one of the things that we talk about, one of the things that concern us the most here on Flat Earth, at least I believe, is the concept of free energy, right? One of the reasons I'm here in this Flat Earth is to see where we can harness, how we can harness this free energy. So this is something that we should be talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's the truth or not, I think it requires a little bit more investigation. Okay? And any one of us could do it. It's just not me. Any one of us could do it. Now, this dude is partnered up with the Chinese. I don't think any of them are trustworthy. I don't think the US is trustworthy. China, Germany, Russia, none of them are trustworthy. And the Africans, they're not trustworthy because I think they're a little bit scared of what the European powers would do. So I think that a lot of the leadership would just relinquish a lot of this technology to the bad guys. You understand what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. So he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. But his claim is that the technology is out on the street. Now,
I have a question.
Go ahead, Mikey.
So that will power a car without pulling over to recharge itself, right?
That's the claim, yes.
Huh. Where, and he gets it from radio waves or something, he said, the power? What was it again?
He said he harnesses it. I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but he uses radio waves. So my thing is, I don't know if it's a series of crystals that's somewhere, you know, and it's I don't know how he does.
The old transistor radios that you wound.
Here's my thing, Mikey. Listen, listen. Like that doesn't sound like a bad idea. All of our ideas don't sound like bad ideas, but the thing is that, let me tell you a little bit more about this guy. He didn't finish high school. He didn't go to college, and he didn't because his, you know, the money situation was a little bit tight around his area, right? And so he created a device based off of information that just came to him. Okay, so all of our claims, all of our guesses, like I saw Jeff Gashead was in here a little bit ago saying that's bullshit, it doesn't work. Here is my issue with our claims on how it doesn't work. We are classically trained in how energy is generated, energy is contained, and energy is distributed, right? We're classically trained. What I mean by classically trained is that we're not radically trained. We're trained the way schools teach us, right? We're trained with motion, flux, you know, and motion, flux, and current, stuff like that. Mary's fuzzy cat or mother's fried chicken, right? If we want to induce an electric field with magnets and stuff like that, we're taught that, hey, if you don't have, you know, air, you know, a combustion triangle, right? In order to make fire, right? Air, combustion, and fuel in order to get these things to happen. These are the things we're taught. We don't know, we really don't know anything outside of that. You understand? So when somebody that's not classically trained comes around and they create something, I think it's time that we listen. I think it's time that we give them the attention that it might deserve. But the problem with that is that I see it like this, right? It's a two-edged sword. If we see it or if we recognize it, those big wigs already know it, what the hell the deal is. And my thing is, I'm not going to turn around and say that, oh, he didn't figure it out because he didn't do this. I'd be crazy to say that. I'd be absolutely crazy to say that. Nobody knows, or at least we that's classically trained, if we knew these things, we would have done them already. You understand what I'm saying? If we like Mikey, perfect example. Did you finish college? What's your degree in? Nothing. You got 2 degrees. This armpit, that armpit. How the fuck did you get that picture? Did you need a degree to get that picture?
No.
You didn't. Did you need a degree to fucking do what it is you do with the fucking material that you do? No. So I'm not saying that the dude's the best thing since sliced bread.
So does he mention how
like Jeff Gashead? No. Well, yes, I said those things that make heat, because we call that in the Navy, we call that the fire triangle, right? Those things. But motion, flux, and current they could generate heat, because ultimately they do generate some kind of heat. But no, that's for electricity. Those are the things, magnetic inductance, right? So you could take a coil, you could take like a magnet, run it through the coil, move it, right? And then it'll generate a magnetic field. So that's not necessarily generating heat, but can you generate heat that way? I suppose you could. But I'm just saying that's a way in which we can generate with that, right? So yes, I'm an old school electrician. I'm an old school Navy electrician. So we use those principles and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that we're classically trained. Like what I gave you is stuff that I learned out of a classically trained, controlled environment. This dude is basically running on necessity, right? He's running on, this is what I need to do in order to make these things happen. And this is what I envision. So we're so stuck in how it is we think that everything else, oh, it can't happen that way. Because if it could, then what? Then he would what? He would make it? Then what? Then he would force these things to happen? Then what? What? Would he be sitting back like us? What do you think, Mikey? Talk to me.
I don't know. My question is, I'm trying to figure out right from the start, because I'm always asking questions in my head. So how does he grab all this energy? Like if you want to listen to radio, you need an antenna, but where does he get this?
So he does have an antenna. There is an antenna on the car. Like they give you more details as to what the car does later on. Like, because that video that I showed you right there was like a week old, right? It was a week old. He just released the car on the 10th of this month, the 10th of February. He released it. He even gave the Synagogue of Satan one of his cars. He gave Israel one of his cars. I never would have given those people my cars. I never would have given. That's one country I'd be like, hell no, you ain't getting one of my cars. That's one country, hell no, you ain't getting one of my machines, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because here's what I think. I think that a country like Israel is going to turn around, get with the United States, and totally sink his battleship. They'll kill him. They'll pay him money. They'll do something. They'll send somebody in. They will kill him. They will. And then there are a lot of people that disagree with me. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. We've seen this shit time and time again. This is why we're flat earthers and not globe earthers. We understand the fucking nature of how people conduct business. Right? So I wouldn't have given it to them. But he did. He gave it to them. He also gave it to the Swiss. So he's built the machines. He's also built the generators, those little, it looks like the size of an old school PC, right? And he's also built a kit in which you could fit one of those things inside of your regular car. Like I drive a regular old car that does none of that. It's not even a hybrid, right? And then he could somehow manage to put his microsonic machine that grabs this, that turns RF energy into usable energy in which your car could run.
I'm having trouble understanding how you can just take that and put it into your engine-powered vehicle. What's going to drive the vehicle if you take all that out?
Bro, I have no idea.
Yeah.
These are claims.
Yeah.
These are some pretty wild claims. These are some wild claims that, here's the thing. But this is it's not the noise that he's making that's concerning to me. It's how quiet our media is about it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not the noise that he's generating. It's not because he's coming out and saying, hey, I'm trying to sell this. No, that's nice. That's nice that you came up with an idea. But it's how quiet. You don't hear nothing from Tesla. You don't hear nothing from Neo. You don't hear nothing from Exxon. You don't hear nothing from Getty. You don't hear anything from our government about his machine. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the people that have a stake or a claim in energy production within the US, or solar energy, or all these other means of how to, energy this, energy that, nobody is saying a fucking word, right? Nobody said that, hey, we bought one, and yes, he's right, or yes, we bought one, or it's bullshit. It's a lie. Even if it was a lie, at least they would be like, it's bullshit. We have one. We have 10. And none of them do what he claims, but they're not saying a thing. Nobody's saying nothing. And what shocks me is because us in the flat earth community, flat earthers aren't talking about it. Why the fuck not? Right? David Weiss is like, oh, they're trying to hide free energy. Well, here's free energy right here. Who's talking about it?
Yeah.
Right? Why aren't we getting some attention on this thing? Why aren't we seeing the next guy? Because after he makes it, somebody's got to duplicate that. And what I mean is this. We've got a guy named Moses West, right? Moses West is he's a brother that former retired Army vet, retired Army Ranger, right? Officer. This dude created a fucking machine that sucks ambient air. Nice, the more humid the air, he takes the air and he turns it into drinkable water, potable water, right? So at first he started out with a machine the size of a Condex box to take potable water. And after you take the potable water, you create water, right? Drinkable water. He made this thing. They tried to sabotage his machine. They tried to destroy it. Saboteurs tried to do everything, this one and that one. It didn't work. Now his machine has claimed some kind of fame. Now you have other people. Here's the thing. You have a lot more people that are making these same machines. You understand what it is I'm saying? But guess what? Guess what the government did? They were quiet. They were dead fucking quiet. Nobody in the government fucking turned around and said, hey, we've got this machine. It doesn't fucking work. It's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Quiet. Crickets everywhere. Nobody fucking heard about it. And again, it was sabotage. Again, it was a thing where, Bill Gates is like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Try this machine that works off of this. So now you have these other machines that kind of copied his model, and they're a little bit smaller in scale. Anyway, Lowry, Nick,
what's up, buddy?
What's happening? What's going on, family? It's good
Hi.
to see you guys.
We just got off Sobs. We were talking a lot about the Civil War. We were talking about history. We were talking about tons of stuff. And after last night and tonight, it's been an epic night for truth, actually, like just seriously epic. But I was just on Sobs, popped over to you, and I just want to tell you, dude, you're a really good looking black man.
Is it the nose? Y'all motherfuckers got jokes.
I think it's the beard, actually.
Yeah, I think like
yeah. I feel like it's the lineup, like your jawline. I feel like it's
Y'all got jokes, man.
Yeah, we just popped up. We popped up Saab. We were talking a lot about the Civil War. I was talking about the fact that I can't find any real evidence that the Civil War actually existed.
You were also talking about Moses. We were talking about Easter
I was talking
Island. We were
biblical
talking
stuff,
about
too.
Petra. We were talking about mud flood stuff and about our history. That's
and we also did an epic show last night to probably 100,000, 200,000 people with Mark Sargent, and we were on Mark Sargent's show, and we were just saying, hey, anyone want to deliver me some measurable curvature? I'd like to see it. Anybody got it? Anybody? I'd like to see it. Here's my email address. Send me some measurable curvature.
You're gonna hear nothing but the crickets singing, asking for that.
Nothing.
But yeah, man. Tonight we're actually discussing free energy. We're talking along the lines of free energy. We're kind of going to segue into what Mikey's doing because of that free energy. But I don't know if you're familiar, but you had that African dude that came out. His name is Maxwell Chikumbutso. You know what I'm saying? And what Maxwell did was he came up with a car that freaking runs off of RF energy.
Not just that.
So hold on now. Basically, he was like,
sorry, that might be my noise.
He was like,
is that you?
No, he was like, so this is the best automobile in which you can take RF energy, put it inside of a car, display it before the people. The best for everybody to have a car running on no gasoline, on no electricity. Best one made in Northern Africa. So yeah, man. So that's that brother Maxwell Chikumbutso. That's my impersonation of Maxwell Chikumbutso and how he would do that. But I don't know why you're quiet.
Was that the music that was behind you? Like, because I was trying to figure out where the music was coming from, and I think it was coming from you, not from me.
That was me. That was me. So he came out with this invention, and the claim is free energy, and where we're stuck at is nobody in our government is talking about it.
No, they're not, and I'll tell you why. Here's how it works.
Wait.
Up to 10 yards, you get a certain amount of electrostatic energy that you can use to make a fluid moment on the ground. Up to 20, you get more. Get more. Up to 30, you get a lot more. And guess what? You get up to 50 churches. Yeah, you get a bunch of shit.
What do you mean?
Free energy.
Yeah. But
this is not something I should be talking about. I'm probably going to get killed for this tonight.
So yeah, we know that. And one of the ways in which you know that is each time a helicopter flies, like when they hover, they'll drop a fucking grounding strap.
Yes.
That grounding strap will freaking leave the helicopter, hit the deck. Once it hits the deck, fucking the voltage or the static charge that may have been accumulated on the helicopter is then run to ground, and then they can land. Boom.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a voltage differential between 10 feet, 20 feet. I said yards, but
the higher you climb.
Yeah, and then you just harness it, and then they can put it through a thing.
So
nobody wants to hear this shit, and I'm probably gonna get shot for it. But it's free energy, guys.
Hold on, stop. I have a stupid question, Vlad. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Probably gonna be really dumb, but I just realized the fact that like blimps are shaped the same as submarines.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, like, why one floats in the sky and one floats in the water.
Well, submarines can either float or sink, but they typically sink. Well, because they're ballasted. Both are actually ballasted. Submarines, and I mean, it's an aerodynamic thing, right? So submarine is a blimp for the water. It's ballasted. And what that means is that you can take on more water in a submarine inside the ballast tanks just to make it heavier so it could sink.
So, like, if you take a submarine and you like turn it this way, it looks like a rocket.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
How does that work?
But,
I don't understand.
But the thing is that a submarine it's more hydrodynamic, right? So you would want a submarine to be more shaped like a torpedo or a fucking hoagie sandwich, i.e., a submarine, right? You would want it shaped like that more because of the fluid that's around it, and it cuts through the water a lot better. You understand? Whereas if it's shaped like a brick or it's shaped like a parabolic dish in the front, it would have nothing but drag, and it would defeat the purpose of a submarine, which a submarine's overall mission is to remain silent and to observe for the most part, right? Basically sneak up on a motherfucker and just destroy if need be. But basically to serve as a set of ears and nobody knows that you're there. The more hydrodynamic you are, the quieter you are. You understand?
Thank you.
Got it. So yeah, man. So this car has an antenna sticking out above it, and I don't know how the antenna works. I don't know how it works.
Well, here's how it works, guys, and I'll give it to you. And like, I hope everybody.
Go ahead. Larry got the answer, y'all. Go ahead, Larry.
Everybody that has
FM, are you ready for this?
You can take
ready?
a copper statement to the sky. You can do it 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters. And you can invert the ether and get energy and heat your damn house. It's not really that friggin' hard.
I'm not, you know what? I'm not saying that that's a bad answer. I'm saying
I'm going to get killed for this. You realize that, right? I'm going to get killed for saying that.
Well, the thing is that this is stuff that we talk within the circles, but we don't like talk and focus on it, right? Because this is one of those things that I think is like flat earth centric.
No, but it's ether centric.
Well,
it's ether-centric. Well, we have our energy source. We just have to use it. We have to just use it.
How?
You put copper up like 10 meters.
Where you going? Where your copper at? Where your copper at?
Well, yeah, you gotta hunt down all the people that hold the copper on this realm. You gotta hunt them down.
What?
Yeah, because even the pennies, unless your penny is made before 1981 or 1982, I think it is, then that's not copper. Your pennies after 1982, 1981 are made of zinc and some other alloy.
Vlad, we have been bouncing around this topic for years. It's so easy. Copper from the ground up to 10 meters or 20 meters. Then you can say heat your house, say burn your stove, say, I don't know, maybe, I don't know how you would drive your car, but certainly it would go that way.
It sounds like a good idea, Larry, but I think what our problem is as human beings, for the most part, especially people that we have everything created for us and manufactured for us, is that's like the problem. I feel like I'm taking a step back and I'm looking at it. A lot of the things that we use, the like raw material that we use, is already made for us. Like we could go to Circuit City and buy copper spool.
Well,
you understand? Listen. What I mean by that is that if there was no Circuit City or Radio Shack, where would we get copper wire from? Unless we're stripping it from our own material.
You'd have to go out and steal it from cars. You have to steal it.
Steal it from cars, where would we get it from readily available?
So here's the thing. This is what happened. This is what happened way back in the day. Is that a lot of guys said we need to get our arms around getting a pilot on energy, and you put a pilot on people's buildings everywhere you live, your house, everything else, so they can charge you for it, even though it's fucking free.
Why does a pilot
free?
Hold on, a pilot lights the oven and it also flies the plane.
It's wizard spells. It's word spells, wizard spells. It's what it is.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that the
energy.
energy's already there. All you have to do is generate the copper, get it out of the ether,
But how?
plug
Then
it
how
into
do
your
you?
thing.
Then how do you turn that free energy into usable energy? How do you do
Mercury.
Well, I think firstly you want to heat
See,
your house
but
because you're living.
But how do you? How?
You live inside of a house. You want
I
to stay
get it.
warm. That's
But
first.
how? How do you
Yeah, but
take
how?
that
He's
energy?
asking
Then you want to heat up food and cook
Yeah, but
it
you're saying you're
and eat it.
Hold on.
You're,
Yeah,
sure, you're giving me stuff
exactly.
that we all want to do that. But
But
how?
Yes.
how
get
do you
to-
harvest the free energy? Is that
You
your
take
question?
it up.
Wait a second.
Yes, into
How
the
do you
ether. 10 meters, 20 meters. You get
Wait a
it
second,
out of
wait a
the
second.
air. It's
I-
free.
What's the machine that you're going to use? The Lowry machine?
Copper.
Well, we have to talk about
Copper
spiders.
around what? How you go?
Copper will give you enough energy to at least heat your house.
But you
and
have
give
to
you a
take
cooked
that
meal.
copper. It's got to heat something, or it's got to move something in order to make things happen for you to light your.
I don't know how it works, Vlad.
But
I
you
don't
see,
know how it works.
Okay, then that's fine.
I
That's
don't.
fine.
I just know that it does.
But
You know,
here's
it's
the
just like
thing,
it's up
that's
there.
where we. But that's where we. But Larry, that's what I'm saying. That's where we are. Is that a lot of us don't know? We just don't know how it works. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll tell you how it works.
Spiders know.
There is an energy disposition that goes up about 10 meters, 20 meters. You have a toroidal field that we walk around on. We walk around.
Yeah, that's negatively
Walk around
charged.
negative and charge. And then you just feed it into your oven to make your food.
No,
You feed it into your thing to keep your house warm when it's cold.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
It's true. It's true. Test
Wait.
it. Everybody test
chill,
it.
Chill.
Sorry, anyway.
Spiders. Do
Spiders.
you remember that story about spiders? Where have you ever seen a spider just like floating in the middle of a field?
They vibrate. They vibrate.
So spiders have this thing where their
They use a web.
Bees do the same thing.
Hold on, is positively charged, and then they throw their web up to the negatively charged toroidal field or whatever Alex is saying.
Yeah.
And then they can like swing and migrate for long distances. Then you have
Salutations.
butterflies.
Yes.
Butterflies.
This is
How
true.
do butterflies, like the only butterfly, the monarch butterfly, the only one to migrate across the whole entire, just the United States?
As far as we know,
don't-
somebody
do we
told
even
us
have them
that,
in
but,
Europe? No, I've seen them. I grew up in
I
Michigan.
know. I like monarch butterflies. I like them.
Yeah, but
I
they
don't know.
live. They fly to Michigan or like the like New England, Michigan area, like northern Canada, and they make their cocoons, and then they go through their process, and then they migrate to Mexico. Because you know what? Why wouldn't you migrate to Mexico? Honestly, like especially if you had pretty wings, right? Like, wouldn't you want to do that if you were a butterfly?
Sure.
There-
but
So, but then there was that whole Tesla thing about Tesla would go around and he would like shove copper rods into the ground and he would find it. So I think the spiral thing makes a lot of sense. There has to be some kind of spiral thing, because if you look at the tops of all of like the copper buildings with like the green copper tops, they all have spiral things on them.
Not all
There's
of them.
always a spire, right?
Not all of them.
Not
look.
all of them, but you
But
don't
enough.
know if inside of that also has a spiral. There's always something that represents a spiral, something that is.
Okay.
Oil.
I
okay,
don't
okay,
know,
Vlad,
but I
Vlad,
feel
this is
like.
what-
Wait a second, I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm wrapping this up.
All right.
I'm spiraling this up.
All
I
right.
feel like there is something from, and this is going to sound really cheesy, but it's a as above, so below thing. There has to be something that is above, that is connected to the below, that is sort of like a conduit.
I
And
get it.
that-
There's a conduit in between, but you have
Exactly.
what we know as the ground, where things run to the
Well,
ground.
if you
Then
if
we
you
get
if you
to the
manage the
ground.
energy, if you manage the energy right at its fucking source, sorry for the F bomb, you might manage it right at the source, everything else goes away. All the problems go away. We're
So
powering
that's what
our
we're talking about. Where will it be managed? What's going to because once so you're talking about the conduit, okay?
Yes.
You're talking about say the spire at the top of this building, right? Let's just call it a freaking spike at the top of the building.
Yes.
That spike or that spire at the top of the building, wind is blowing by it, and because it's wind, it's gathering some electrical charge. As it's gathering that charge,
always been
it's
there, Vlad.
running. I know, but but I'm not going to act like I know. I'm just providing.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
Wait.
You put
Then did you
copper
do it?
charge
You
between
did
the
it?
ground
Yeah.
and end of 20 meters, and then you can power your
Larry,
house.
man, you talking shit.
I'm not talking
you
shit.
talking about?
I'm actually saying what actually happens. If you get a meter up to 20 meters up there in copper, you can power your damn stove. You can power.
But Larry,
Then you can just get
how?
off to whatever you want to do. You can get off
But
to
I'm
whatever you
saying-
want to do.
Larry, how? How?
Copper wire up to the sky about 20 meters.
Okay.
It draws back
So
down.
then, are you going to do this experiment?
Yep.
Dude.
When?
Now.
Okay, so are you telling me that Ben Franklin had a copper wire and a kite?
It was bullshit. They wanted to charge you for the thing that
Didn't
was
he have a
already
copper
free.
key?
They
So-
wanted to charge you what
Ben
was already
Franklin.
free. It's already free. It's already there. All you have to do is draw a copper wire to
But
10,
how?
20 meters.
But
But
how?
Put it on a
what are we
tower.
gonna- so what are we going to use to capture it? Because we have
Copper.
to capture, it, right?
Copper wire. Copper
Well,
wire,
No,
copper wire, copper
I'm
wire.
saying once we run it down the copper wire, it's got to terminate somewhere.
So
And
it
then we
needs
have
to
to
be
make
in your stove or your
Hold
or your
on a
No,
your-
second.
now it
no,
has to
it
be.
needs a transformer.
Well, that's what exactly. So it has to come
Yes.
in, and then because
It
that's
needs
a
to
lot
be
of
harvested and
energy.
put in
So a couple of
process.
things. So a couple of things happen. Hold on, listen. So a couple of things happen, right? Whether you're getting signals, whether you're getting like static or not static electricity, whether you're getting whatever, you have to take it, and it needs to be taken and used in a certain way where it could either be blown up to where it could be used, or it can be shrunk down.
Compressed.
To
That
where
would be a transformer.
Compress.
right.
You have a transformer.
right.
It would turn it into a greater
then-
wave
It has
of
to work
energy.
like sonar.
But then it's got to be controlled. I don't know about sonar, but it's got to be controlled some kind of way.
It has to work off of some sort of like sonar based thing. Like it either bounces
sonar's
off of
underwater.
something.
It's not sonar. It's just
Do you-
really. It's just
wait
like
a second. No, hold
it's
on.
the energy from the
No,
ether.
this would be a secret for them because like we have smart boxes and like you have like a smart thing on your house where the guy comes out and like checks your electricity and then bills you for it, right?
Mhm.
If that is supposed to be free, then whatever secret that we're looking for is inside that device.
It's inside of it, guys.
Like
You've got energy in the atmosphere. You can use for yourself. It's not really that difficult.
It's like a
Throw
circuit
some
board.
copper up there and get some energy and power your stove.
Hold on,
No,
you're
you
saying it like
simplify
it's
it.
simple. No, yeah,
Simplify
but
it.
you're saying it like it's the most simply complicated.
Well, it's
thing
not. It's
ever.
not
So,
simple,
No, you
but it is
literally are.
simple.
You can't just
So
throw
a
some
step
copper
down.
out there and get
So-
free energy, dude.
So okay, so a step down transformer. That's great. That's great. But if you're getting like you have step down transformers, right? Stepping down from like say 220.
I
down
know
to,
they. I know they work. I don't have
Like,
one, but I
or
There
know
has
they
to be
work.
another
or
frequency that
220
it's
or
running off
220
of.
to 115. How do you make one? Can you make one?
Dude, it's
Like, I
not that
understand-
hard. It's out on the internet. It's
Okay,
public
hold on.
record.
Tell me
You can
something.
do
I
you
it.
make a
understand. I
Wi-Fi-
understand how to
can you
make
Wi-Fi
one.
thing?
Are you
But where
fighting
do you
a
get-
No,
free
I'm not.
energy?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not fighting free energy. We're just talking about how.
Yeah, and
It
so how, I'm
seems
going
like
to tell
it's
you how it
simple,
happened.
but it's
So
like
my thing
Occam's
is
razor.
so basically the point that I'm driving at is this, because I'm not trying to have us chase our tails. The point that
Right.
I'm getting at is this. I think it's important to understand the principles, yes, but then there are principles outside of it all, right? Because and what I'm
Mechanical.
saying is that because you have this guy that is not classically trained in like we're classically trained in electricity, electronics, this one and that,
course,
copper
yeah.
wires, copper being super conductive. He's seen it and it makes sense to him in such a way in which he can make the device. He made a whole freaking device
Yeah.
to power the TV without having to plug it into a wall. You understand
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
That's
he's
exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Everything goes away when the energy problem goes away. It's really just right there. It's there in the air. We can do it. We've got people that know how to do it. I've got electricians that know how it works. We
then why
always
don't
want-
they Lowry, what I'm saying is why don't they do it then? If
we're,
they know
we're
how
on
it
the
works,
verge of doing it. We're on the verge of doing it. That's what I'm saying. It's like
already
we are
apparently
going to do it. We're going to get the energy out of the atmosphere. We're going to power the place that we walk around in without somebody putting a fucking billing meter on it. That's what we're going to do.
Okay, I need you to take the anger out of that.
I'm not angry.
Just a
I'm
little
just like,
bit.
I'm just
like,
telling
take
you.
the angst out of it then.
Oh, then
Yeah,
she's telling me to take the
because, like,
angst
you
out
don't
of it.
have to get that. Like, you don't.
So, oh no, I don't. Yeah, I don't mind. We get angsty on here. We get angsty. It's all
Okay.
good.
There
So,
has to be something that has to do with some kind of crystal, some kind of copper, some kind of light, and some kind of, malleable material that collects and disperses energy. And whatever it is probably the secret of it is hidden inside of a circuit board.
Well, things that you could get a plain old freaking whatchamacallit, one of those damn what are those
Isn't it
called?
really?
Remember the thing that used to burn on
plug.
the 9-volt battery? I
What?
bet you it's in that.
Say what?
The 9-volt battery.
What about
You
it?
put it on your tongue and it like shocks you.
Yeah, but that's because you're getting two poles at once, or you're
Yeah,
getting
but
a
that's
negative.
because we're electricity too. So something has to come through us as well.
Well, yeah, you're getting a shock because you're getting both poles at the same time. You're getting you're closing the circuit by putting your tongue on that negative and positive terminal.
Wait, are we not in? We're not in the dimension where I can hold my phone and charge it at the same time. We're not in that dimension, are we?
If you hold it up to one of those NFC, like those little charging joints, then
magnets.
I would say just responsibly
I have
as
no idea.
this thing
Honestly,
moves along.
like I should just actually.
We're
stop
talking
talking.
about something that's very available to all of us.
No, I think both
And-
of us should
and-
stop talking because we're not engineers in this. and
I'm an engineer.
I'm just thinking.
I'm an engineer.
I want to hear what you have to say, Mister. I don't know your name up there in the upper corner.
Mikey.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm Nicole.
I'm just sitting here watching.
Mikey, let's hear what you have to
I
say.
want to hear what you have to say.
I want to, because we're talking about a major thing, energy.
We're gonna
Well,
mute right now so that you.
I kind of agree with the whole copper thing because people put copper into plants and they grow like 3 times as fast and bigger.
Is it copper or is it iron?
No, copper.
Oh, I've seen iron as well. Like
No,
I've seen
I've seen
people put
copper
nails.
pipes just.
Copper infused soil literally creates a higher yield, and that's been something that has been proven over and over again.
Oh, I've seen iron. I've seen iron often, and the thing that I find funny with iron is that you get iron like nails, right? The rust from the iron like smells like blood, damn near tastes like blood. You could also use chum, or blood meal, and that smells like blood, smells like human blood, right? So a lot of these things contain iron as well, and then like those are perfect for plants. So a lot of times people would put like a nail. I've never heard of copper. That might be something too.
Yeah, no, it's,
especially for all those damn green thumbs out there. Let's see. So yeah, I'm trying to figure this out because like this is one thing I'm starting to notice is that the people that aren't sitting there going to college, it's almost the same people, or they don't finish college. It's like the same people all the time achieving these crazy things. Oh, I just figured out how, to reverse male pattern baldness. And I'm like, how the fuck you do that?
Yeah.
How you do that? They're like,
yeah, and Vlad, I gotta tell you, like it's like with free energy, it's literally not that hard to do. You just walk out into a field and you put a copper thing up and you get a charge off of 10 to 20 meters. It's not that
Okay,
friggin'
we're
hard.
gonna do this. So I'm gonna turn you into Ben Franklin. We're gonna get a kite. We're gonna get a light bulb.
Yeah,
Larry, we need to use this. We need to use this electricity that's coming from the sky. We need to use it somehow. How do we do that?
Well, you use it firstly for your the heating of your stove, the heating of your apartment if you live in a cold climate.
No, we have gas heating.
So I'm saying, like, how are you going to power your house with it?
Can we compress it?
No, what you do is you have a transformer that happens at the base level. You're standing at base level.
No,
you've got something going up in the
It would have
sky.
to work somehow. It would have to work like solar panels.
It kind of there's some solar panel action in this, but it really is
Or
just
like
it's in the
wind
ether.
farm or hydro farm.
It's in the ether. You don't need the sun for it.
Yeah, but
You don't need the sun for it.
But the ether is a alchemy of the elements together. So if you have rain and rainwater that creates hydro and the water is moving, then you can create hydropower, right?
No. There's a thing. There's
If you
literally
have a wind
there's a metal
farm-
thing that goes
hold
up
on
in
a
the
second.
sky.
If you have a wind farm, wind generates energy that powers things.
Yeah, well, that's
If
potential
you have
energy.
a solar farm, the sun
but
generates
not-
energy.
you're
Do you
not-
see where I'm going? Like the alchemy between them.
Can I put something in, Vlad?
Hey,
Can I add something?
Harmon, what's going on? Go ahead,
Hi.
Harmon. Harmon's in the
About the last 40 minutes, I've been reading up on it and stuff. It's not the radio frequency. He says he gets it because it's still an electrical car. It still has batteries. Okay, it still has transformers and generators.
Right.
All-
Wait,
all
quick
the-
question. I don't know, but does it also have an alternator in there?
Well, this thing he calls his little engine might be an alternator.
That
What
okay.
hap-
That
what
might be
happens? This also is showing that you don't need to plug your batteries into the wall.
Right.
He's trying to get pull power. He has a very small generator in the car, which he's been doing this since 2015 when it was put out.
Right. Well, was it 2015?
Yes, I just got through reading like 40 articles.
Right.
Okay, I'm just going off what I just read.
Right.
Right. And they're showing why he's secret on some of the stuff. He can play the conspiracy role too, but people would take pictures of it. They could get pictures, and the things they got pictures of, they reverse engineer the pictures and search for them. And every part that they could take pictures, parts from Amazon that you can get for $109, and you need to put them all together.
Okay.
So as far as him making something so far, it really hasn't improved. And then the recently one in the last 3 weeks and stuff is because he presented something to the Chinese and they did some kind of event.
Yep.
Anyway, it's been going on forever. And it says this little radio frequency charges up his little generator inside the thing, which powers another regular electric car where you would have to plug it into the wall to charge it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so he says it's charging this bigger generator, which one puts out like 5,000, one puts out 50,000. His puts out like 5,000, whatever they call it. No. It's nano. It's the unseen world. He's claiming he's getting these nano charges. It's called nano charges.
I just have Avril Lavigne's like complicated song stuck in my head right now. And I'm like, why is it all got to be so complicated? Like, why?
You can't just run
get it.
something up in the air and plug it in. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just don't put a little rabbit ears up in the sky and then just touch your stove and then be like, hey baby, boil me some eggs. That shit ain't gonna happen.
The hard thing about it is like electricity is really difficult for people to understand because you can't see it. It just affects you. It just hits your arm. You're like, oh,
here's what I'm starting to learn. Here's one thing I'm starting to learn, right? Is that I think the way they taught us to understand electricity has got us so scope locked into thinking this is the only or one of the only ways electricity works, into where we think we understand electricity when we really don't, right?
Yeah. We can't see it. We can't understand it. We're like, oh, there's an invisible force that runs through the damn world.
Do we have a way to generate it to make it do certain things? I'm not saying we don't, because we.
Oh my God! What if we are the ether?
Right.
Well, did you see that box he was carrying and holding and presenting it? That little square green box. That's his generator. That's his power source. All he does is take that, put it in the car. It says he gets it from radio frequencies, and instead of plugging it into the electricity, you're plugging it into that box, and he's getting it from there, which has never been proven. And the car that he first started with, he bought an electric car in 2015 and tried just recharge instead of putting it in.
And so I hear that. I hear that. My thing is, with all the media prowess that we have, with all the opportunity that we have, and I'm talking about the U.S. media, right? We could strike this down in a second. Why haven't we? Why haven't
they have?
We're talking about free energy, Vlad. I mean, that's really the thing that's really at hand. and like they can't charge us for it if we figure out how to do it. They can't charge us for it.
But my thing is, they would have killed him, or they should have killed him.
Well,
they
killed a lot of people along the way because they couldn't put a meter on.
They got it.
the
They
energy.
figured it out. But he should be dead. I'm not
he-
saying that
he was,
I'm not saying that
he
I
was
want them to
invited-
kill him. I'm not saying that I want him to kill him, but I'm saying like typically we're good at that. That's like one of the things that's like America's claim to fame is you're good at killing people. Good.
They invited him and one of his buddies. Hey, by the way, everybody, sorry about that. I just jumped in here.
All right, G, what's going on, family?
See you there.
Chilling. But yeah, him and his buddy were invited to a dinner here in America, something to do with, creators in the industry of energy. And his buddy died that night of poison. I guess they poisoned the wrong bowl of soup before they brought it out.
Yep.
Or the waiters gave the wrong bowl of soup to somebody.
That's right.
But that's
right.
Yeah. And that happens because like energy is the biggest thing on this place that we live on, whatever it is.
I think what everybody's missing the thing of the factor of height down to the ground. That's what we need antennas up.
Yeah.
No, EG's on track here.
Larry mentioned that earlier, and that's also something that we recognize on a lot of these old freaking buildings is the height of those towers and stuff like that.
Yeah, the copper from ground to height is where you get your energy, and if you get free energy, everything else goes the fuck away. It just does.
Yeah, because that's consistent, right? That's a consistent source.
Yes,
we get the concept, but like, how is it? Like, how? That's my thing is how. Like, it's easy to say it, but can you describe it in lay terms?
Well, EG, you want to walk with me on this?
We're all ears. We're waiting for it.
We're waiting for it right now. And I'm going to give it to you, and EG is going to help me walk through this. What you have is you have a direct charge between the very thing that you walk around on and up in the sky. And the higher you get up with copper, it delivers energy back down to you, and you can power, say, your
Lowry, we get that. You said that already. You make it sound like
you understand where we're at then?
Like I'm at the roof of my house. I run a copper wire through my chimney, and then I have my wallet right there. And then I stick the copper wallet, or not even my wallet, my phone. I stick the freaking copper wire in my phone just like that, and then look at that, y'all. I'm charging up my phone. That's not how it works.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And that's wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly true. And
anyway, all I read is that they all have to go down into a battery source, and they just charge it. It's just another way to charge your battery, is what they say from the stuff. And that's what. And then what do they put up? They're up just like the regular electric generators and stuff that produce the power. Just as instead of plugging it into a wall, they're trying to claim that they're getting it from the sky.
So basically, they're driving around with a portable power source.
Yeah, but if you could do that, this has always been thought of forever. I used to think as a kid. So if you have an electric car, why can't it charge the batteries as you go? Well, they tried it. And
you should have
as they
should
should
to do that.
Right, they do. They do a little bit, but even those Priuses first one had to have a gas engine support. Because you just cannot generate enough power to keep those batteries charged.
You know what? You want to know something? I think that's bullshit. I think that's absolute bullshit. Here's why I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Motherfuckers made they made an electric car. There you go. Because here's the thing. We've had electric cars years ago, ages ago, hundreds of years ago. So that shit was already figured out. Right. So for them to turn around and say, "Oh, look at us, we made an electric car," I'd be like, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm onto your game. You had that shit 100 years ago. Try something better." So it's like we've had these means in which to make things. They have. Hold, let me finish my point.
All right, I got you.
Now it's the whole concept of, hey, if you're getting older and you're getting stronger, right? You did 200 pounds yesterday. You did and then the week coming up, or the current week, you did 215. In 2 weeks, I'm expecting you to do at least 225, 230 pounds. In 2 weeks, you got 2 weeks, right? You're getting better as you're getting older, as you're getting stronger, because you're consistently doing these things. You're consistently getting better. So with this whole thing in that, it's kind of like the whole micro SD. Remember when you first got a micro SD, like 25 1 gig, a 1 gig micro SD. You're like, holy smoke, 1 gig. Now they got 1 terabyte micro SD. You mean to tell me they don't have a 10 TB micro SD already in the works? That's bullshit. So basically what they've already done, they have people sitting there thinking these guys are at work hard. They're trying to work that. No, they have these things made already. These things are made.
They were already made. They were already made. What I'm saying is free energy is out there. We can harvest it, and let's get up to it. That's what I'm saying, Vlad.
It's a matter of taking that kind of energy and getting it energy storage ready, somewhere to store the energy, and then converting static electricity into kinetic energy to use, in what they're doing there. I think there's something we're overlooking is all these, like a toaster or a computer or a cell phone. They make these things to use what the standard, 120 volt plug-in in our house. Well, we don't need that. If we made our technology a little bit different to consume a little bit less energy, right? We would need such strong means of using these kind of things.
Dude, what you're saying is like literally like through the roof good shit. I mean, like we just get this down. If we get our energy situation sorted out, everything else is going to be, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. The world's going to be amazing.
What they're afraid of is mercury. They're afraid of mercury because that's one of the best things to convert.
Yeah. Red mercury is really. But I'm saying
it's just mercury with iron oxide.
I'm gonna play Harmon. I'm gonna be Harmon here for a second. How do you know? Have you done it? Have you seen it? How do you know?
How do I know? Oh,
how do we know? My thing is we make these claims, right? About stuff doing this.
It's not a claim, Vlad.
Well,
it's real. It's how it works. Okay. There's energy that comes from the ether. It's clear.
So then what do we do with the mercury then?
Use it.
How?
I mean, I'd like
use it. I'll show you. I'll show you how to fucking use it. You fucking draw the energy down from the thing.
You're like a motherfucker that buy all these steaks and then they sit in the freezer, get freezer burned like a motherfucker. Because you don't know.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm in New York and I'm gonna get my fucking electricity like.
Blood, I love you.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's
There's energy in the damn atmosphere. There's energy out there that we can draw from it. We know how to do it. We can just do it and just fucking get up to it.
No, that's
not I think to amplify the energy from up high, like up really high, to amplify it, you need a good oscillator and a good resonator. The more pure your metals, the more pure your conductor, and the more symmetrical your conductor that draws that initial, etheric energy down. That's the important things you got to look for, like very high good conductors.
And getting in harnessing it. So my thing is, where does it terminate? Where does it terminate for you to collect it and then to use it? Because
you use it as you're making food. You're making fucking food, dude.
Right?
Oh my god. Okay, so you know how we have electricity, right? It terminates basically at your socket. It terminates at the socket. That's what I'm saying. Where does it terminate before it gets to the socket? Before it gets to your circuit panel? Where does it terminate? This free
the ground wire.
Well, you use it up. You use it up eventually.
No, the ground. No, it terminates from the ground wire. You have to tap it into the grid.
But the reason we're going to figure this out is because once we get this energy thing figured out, the rest of it's bullshit, Vlad. You know this. You know it.
Yeah, the storage it should be stored up higher because the lower it does get, the weaker it will get. Yeah.
The lower.
Indeed.
I'm saying you want to store it up high. Yeah, you want to collect it up high, and then
have a ground wire when all the
we know how to do it.
Wait, hold on. This is a good question. Why do you have to have a ground wire if all the antennas are in the sky?
A ground
wire?
Well,
it takes positive and negative source.
Exactly.
Or neutral and positive source. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What he said.
Yes, but why is there a ground wire? Something that's underground, that's grounded.
Well, no, ground
Well,
wire.
that's the new
Ground wire is basically it's just
It's down on the ground.
Well, it's in the ground. Yeah, sure.
And
or
then
it's,
antennas are in the sky.
or it's connected to something that's in the
It's
ground.
connected to the antenna in the sky.
Do you guys
So the
understand that when we
antennas in
figure
the-
this
wait a
out,
second, wait
it
a
doesn't
second.
matter
the
anymore?
What if the antennas in the sky, the ones that we see when we're driving on the freeway and stuff, what if those antennas in the sky are the things that are harvesting the energy that is going into the ground, that is being dispersed?
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
it's a safety thing as well.
Let me
It's
get
a,
it. Wait,
a ground wire.
Go ahead, Harmon. Harmon,
Click
go
that
ahead.
link. Click that link I put in the private chat.
I already did.
See what that is?
Yes.
It's a dead link. Goes nowhere.
I'm not sure what you mean.
That's the
I'm trying to
official
look.
technology.
That's the official site. Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't work. It
it's
doesn't
been
work at
they've
all.
been complaining that for years. Why doesn't he do this? They have nothing. And I said when they took pictures of this, you can take pictures of something someone built, and they can identify parts of it. And you can go back and look at it and find out where it came from. If he made it, it wouldn't be a picture on there. He's making it from parts he's just ordered from.
It's not just that. He also. My thing is, how is it that he lived? So I have a few questions. Like, how is it that he lived and he managed to get away? He came
Some of the
here,
articles say
lived,
his friend did die.
survived.
Some of the articles say his friend did die when he poisoned. And they only offered him in 2015 when they had this big thing. Some company offered him $3 million. That's all he was offered, right? And it was just, it's like almost like a high school project that he went to, but it was with the trying not free energy is how to do the electric motors. That's why electric motors can't do race cars or boats.
You may tell you how that technology works.
They cannot make enough torque.
But that's the
to get
thing
these going.
is do we really know how that technology works? That's my thing.
let me give you a hint.
No, we don't. I don't care how you charge it. You still need to charge it into something that has the torque and the pull to that motor to you. That's all. He's just doing batteries. It's just batteries.
Well, the RF,
I don't know.
the TVs
I'll be
don't
honest with
make.
you. I don't know exactly what he's doing, because if I did, I'd be rich.
And they showed it. They had to plug the car in sometimes to make sure to top off the batteries, because it won't fully charge it. They found out, and you still got to plug it in to get it to.
Well, check this out.
Like that.
Vlad asked a good question. The RF. I don't know his specific technique, but RF is prevalent everywhere. Like in the world, it's accessible and available everywhere. So that's the first good thing. Second thing is that his device is more than likely reading its local, whatever it's around, that RF frequency right there, right? And it's just tapping into that and matching it. So therefore the RF will be what he's tapping into. And it's a back and forth give kind of relationship. So I think more than likely that's how it's working. I don't know about moving parts, but digitally that's more than like it.
I don't think it's working at all.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm seeing that the Chinese are involved, and when I see the Chinese are involved and the Israelis are involved, like, I lose hope, because I'm gonna keep those comments.
I know it's Zimbabwe prince. You can help get to America for $10,000.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I know a Zimbabwe prince that you can get. To America.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, what is this? Coming to America?
Is that right? From Zamunda. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not being negative inside, but even the major what you say, because we could go on the conspiracy side that they're hiding it, but on the same side, all these credible signed books, stuff like this, are saying they've looked at it hard since 2015, and they can't. And the things they get always come back to. That's not true. And then they had to say, where do you get that? He got all the parts off Amazon. He bought the car. I can't remember the name of it now. Back in 2015.
It's like the Chinese joint, you said.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just going off what I've read. That's
right. And but now I know he said he's working with the Chinese. So my thing is, all right, so you didn't, which I have no room to talk because I'm not building anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, so you had to get the Chinese for the parts, huh? Because I'm not building shit. So he had to get with the Chinese to build these parts. And my thing is, all right, so what parts are they giving him? And so
there's
it
no
sounds
way
like
he
they're
made a
giving-
circuit board in his garage.
Say again.
No way he made. It has a big old circuit board, like a computer circuit board on the front.
Right.
That and he didn't build that. Show
Right.
me.
It's
Go
the
make. Go
Chinese.
build it.
Right. It's the Chinese
Well,
that
you know,
put
the-
everything, the electronics and all that other stuff
Well,
together
the-
to make a car.
Well,
Sounds-
the Zimbabwe president, you know, gave him like a headquarters, so to say. So he
Yes.
kind of does have that outlet. I mean, I don't know. I know over the last 3 years, I've heard very little from him, but that TV got me excited. And then all of a sudden, you didn't hear from him, you know, or
Right.
hear about him. So he probably fell back and had to stay behind some closed doors for a little while because they tried to kill him, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I
He
was
probably
thinking.
made a smart choice.
It sounds like it sounds like the everyday story that you hear about people building shit that's really cool and could help everybody. But now that's to be determined. And I guess ultimately the reason I'm talking about that is because if you look at Joe Biden's Jobs Act, right? Jobs and Infrastructures Act of 2022, 2021, I forget which, one of those two. Basically what he talks about is having everybody in an electric vehicle by 2027, I think it is, by 2027 or 2030.
Yeah.
You understand?
No.
So it's wild because I'm looking at these electric cars like people are shying away from Teslas. Tesla's dropping in
You want some water?
in stock, but that doesn't mean
You want me to get some water?
that doesn't mean that people wouldn't gravitate towards something that's cheaper and more efficient as far as getting you from point A to point B a million times before having to do any kind of maintenance on it. So I'm thinking that I almost feel as if the US government, it's all funny because there are a million ways that the US government would want to skin a cat and get you in an electric vehicle that would keep you attached to the grid where they have total control of you, right? And I think that would be one of the best ways. Oh, well, let's put them in a car that they don't have to pay gas for. Let's put them in a car where they don't have to pay any maintenance for, but they're in a car. So if they're out there on the beat doing what they do and we feel we have them dead to rights for whatever, because let's say, RG, you know what? We heard you talking shit about President Trump's ear getting shot off because it didn't really get shot off. Well, we know you're on your way to work. You know what I'm saying? We know you're on your way to work. And so we're going to just stop you on the way to work. You're driving the new safe car. You know what I'm saying? And because you're driving the new safe car, we know that you're attached to the grid. We're going to stop your car on Kings Highway. That's it. And that's it.
And lock the doors until a cop gets there.
And then we're going to we're going to lock the doors until we have some police run up on you and figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now I get your point in your analogy, man. And let me tell you a real world situation where that happened. You remember when that boat with all them cargo containers ran into the bridge and knocked it down? You remember that?
Oh, yes. In Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay.
Right.
So the woman that was like the daughter of the owner of those companies, those cargo shipping container companies, or it was the shipping fleet kind of ownership, one or the other. No one ever heard about this. No one ever mentioned this. But what I heard, the daughter was anti-political and talking this or that, and was about to speak out about what really happened and what was really in them containers. And guess how she died? Her car shut off and backed itself off of a thing into a river.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Her electric car, a Tesla. Yeah.
Are you talking about Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law?
Sister-in-law or somebody that was deep into that shit. Yeah.
Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law in Texas backed, and then she was underwater for I don't even know. That story was nuts.
And nobody ever talked about it again. Yeah.
Nobody talked about it. And then Mitch McConnell just looks like a turtle and freezes every time he's like, and he always has black eyes. That he
looks like a turtle. Yeah.
He does look like a turtle. He's an ugly little turtle.
A snapping turtle.
Wait. What is he doing with
He's like a piranha turtle.
Wait, what is he doing with black guys? Like they're his friends?
No, like his
Mitch McConnell?
little worms crawled up in there. Yeah.
No, she said he's always with black guys.
I
Black
said
eyes.
black eyes, not black
I was
guys.
Glad said, why they got to be black?
He's like,
Actually,
this
you
is
know
my
what?
friend
He was-
Jamal. This is Harold.
Well,
Here's
he's married.
Bernard.
So his sister-in-law, which you were just talking about, his sister-in-law, his Mitch McConnell's wife is part of like one of the biggest cargo shipping container
Owns a lot of it
in China, and they are also part in like big time CPS. His sister-in-law was at some private ranch, and then she backed her car out of the driveway. Meanwhile, she backed her car out of the driveway. That pond that she actually goes sunk in her electric Tesla that should have had like electric, like, oh, if you're, going down.
Yeah, there's a pond behind you. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, exactly. But nope, that didn't go off. Her car drove itself 125 feet. My driveway growing up in Michigan was 125 feet. I know exactly how big.
Okay, so then why is that a big deal?
Because
about electric cars, like being able to.
It was like an hour.
No,
She
why?
couldn't
I'm
get
saying,
out of
why,
the car.
what's the relevance as far as free energy is concerned? Why is that?
Is
it because? Go ahead.
Maybe water.
No.
Yeah, no, I was just bouncing off what you were saying about, this could be a possibility of them controlling people or dissidents that,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's okay. That's a really good point. And it's like, man,
Shannon,
these
yes.
electric cars, like, I don't know if they have a neutral. I've never driven an electric car. I don't know if they have a neutral mode. You understand? Where you could put your car in N and then move that motherfucker if it runs out of gas. Right?
Yeah, they do.
You just broke motherfucker. And
They
runs out of gas.
have the golf cart, electric golf carts. They have neutral.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, hey,
Man.
FE Nation, what's happening, man?
I've been listening. Just being quiet. What's up, everyone?
Hi.
Nice to see you, bro.
So, all right. So like bicycle.
Wait. Hold on, Nico. FP Nation got the floor real quick. Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't take me but a few minutes. I just wanted to chime in on the electricity thing. Okay, back in the day, the vehicles before, I think like 85. Let's say your battery died on you, right? And you had to switch that back. You could start your car up with somebody else's battery, but you had to switch that battery while your car was still, and your car would still run without the battery. I've drove down the road without a battery. As long as I'm not running the headlights, the alternator would take over.
That's what I was just going to
Okay.
say.
And listen, this is anybody fact check me. I don't care. I can tell you, I know. I've done it 100 times. And run the vehicle without a battery. Okay, down the road. As long as you don't turn it off and run your headlights, that alternator would push it. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I did that on the farm a lot, but a lot of times when we were out. But you like say if you even put AC on, you can't do nothing.
You can't do none of that.
And you can only run it about an hour before it runs out because that alternator only can keep that charge sustained so long. And
without a charge, without a battery even in it.
Right, I know.
No,
Without
as long as the
battery
alternator's turning.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Okay. I know it works. We've done it when we had to switch out a battery when we didn't have it, and so
I had to drive. I drove like over 50 miles doing it, and
I say you can't do it more than an hour, and that thing will just get weaker and weaker and weaker. Eventually, not work. It doesn't.
There we go. And it'll
you
burn.
won't drive at 300 miles.
And it'll burn your alternator out. So that's like end of the line. Like you better get to a motherfucking BF Goodrich. Somebody fix it.
No, because it wasn't pushing that. It ain't pushing that many volts for the spark. It's just for the spark. But the spark is minimal, and it has it had a regulator. You had a regulator that was regulating the spark that you would get, so it wasn't constantly using it. You know what I'm saying? It was that it's not, because it's minimal. Okay.
So
but an alternator will last forever. I mean, they last for 20 years on a vehicle.
Right.
Yeah,
And they run.
Capacitor.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
We need a flux capacitor. We need a
Okay,
flux.
listen. Free energy is really simple. It's okay.
Go
So
ahead,
you
Larry,
got
tell
you
us
got
about
a
it.
you got a you got an electrical engine, right? And you got a couple batteries. Okay, that electrical engine gets started. You get up to a certain speed, 20 miles an hour. On the back wheels, they turn, but they're not. They don't turn like your front wheels, correct? So they're stable.
Right.
On the back wheels on both sides, you put a generator. So now you got two different generators operating, which is going to charge your battery, and the other one, and I guarantee you can run it off a 12 volt, and you can get 10,000 watts.
Okay, so
plus out of a couple batteries.
So then, what's pulling your car is the front wheels, and the back wheels are stationary.
No, your back wheels is going to turn you, but you're going to have your back wheels will turn you. Just like a regular car, most of the regular cars. I know they got a lot of front wheel drives.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cars with the back wheels. So you got those. You got two generators on those running off that axle. Right. It's turning. Okay. It's creating juice, right? It's charging up a battery. And on that battery, you put a power inverter, kicks out 10,000 watts. That'll push a lot of shit quickly down the road.
Or juice. Like, just, juice.
That's juice. Just you hook it up to a couple batteries, and just like a big rig on a truck, okay. And you got two generators.
Because he said black guys, he thought he said black guys.
Oh,
you said juice, something like that. I was just playing on
but
that.
you see how simple it is. It's really simple. Once you get those batteries charged, you got two generators that's pushing.
Right.
They'll just constantly push on them from the back wheels, and you run them up to a couple batteries. And you're keeping those charged. And now for that, it's powering and got an inverter that your electric motor is pushing from. And it's constantly charging. Why wouldn't it? I know it would work. I guarantee it would work without any question.
But it sounds like it would. Let me. I just wanted to ask one thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Archie. Go ahead.
Just one question. So you're basically saying though you would have to drive to charge up these generators on the back wheels and then detach them, or just when you get home hook it up to a generator?
No, never hook it up to anything.
No, by driving.
You buy the batteries. They're already charged. You got them in the vehicle. You got two generators hooked to those batteries to keep them charged. So if one's getting weak, the other one, you have two now.
Right. You got the generator was like a conduit.
That's charging your batteries. From that battery, I can hook a power inverter up and push 10,000 watts.
So why would you have two generators when you could just have one generator?
Why not have two? You got two wheels. Keep two of them.
I get it. You have two wheels, but to keep everything synced, why not just use one generator?
Well, you could just use one generator and make it. Yeah, you could use one generator. It wouldn't matter as long as you got up. And then once you got up to 20 miles an hour, at first you're working off the battery power.
Right.
Okay. And then you have the electronics today. Once you get up to like 20 miles an hour, boom, the battery, it don't work from the battery anymore. It works from the alternator or generator from the back wheel. That kicks in.
Like certain RPMs. When you get to certain RPMs, it'll start.
You should be able to do that. Yeah, you could do it, and then boom, and then you're working off the generator, not the battery.
Did we make something? Did they make?
Why can't it be? I bet you it can be done. In my head, it's so simple. It'd be real easy. I've almost got something going anyway.
Okay.
Off just an alternator and batteries.
But then when you start applying things like weight, extra weight, and then friction.
Exactly. Gosh, I think these guys.
I know, but it's weight, but it's on wheels. And you're talking.
It doesn't produce power enough. Once you start climbing hills, going up, that's why electric motors take so much. You drain the power. The generators can't keep up with the supply and demand of what is needed off the batteries.
Right.
That's why
generators can't generate power. Why can't generators generate power?
How do you know? How do you know it won't work?
Because that's how batteries drain.
Yeah, like once you start applying
that's what I'm saying. You're not going to be on the you're going to get power from. You could get power from both.
So
you
you
get power
thinking
from
this
the
generator has
generator and the
self-propulsion
battery.
energy?
And if it needed a little bit extra, it would pull.
Well, the alternator would power the generator, which would power the battery, right?
I'm embarrassed that people are
It's
listening.
a generator going to power everything.
Well,
once it gets cranking, use just the battery to get it started. And once you get it started, the generator takes over. That's why I was saying 2. Now if you put 2 instead of 1, you would have more juice, wouldn't have a problem with a drain or anything.
But
Run 2 on it.
We're talking about
So
free
instead
energy.
of 1, you keep saying 1. I'm saying that's why I said 2. Okay. And now you got double the power. So it's not going to drain. It's not going to put that much of a drain on it if you're kicking with 2 generators instead of 1.
Okay. So then,
and you solve the issue. You got a 2-for-1 cell.
So Harmon,
I think it'd
ahead.
work.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, Harmon, go ahead. You were saying something.
Well, I'm just saying that the torque and the power, the batteries can't keep up with the power of a generator. You put 20 generators down there, the batteries are going to still drain. Their batteries are still going to drain because of the torque. That's why the electric engine isn't used in racing and stuff. You don't think if they could make a faster race car, they would have done it? No, it has to be a combustion. It has because of the power of the engine. It still has to power that car to go. It still needs torque. It still needs pressure.
Man.
And you start going uphill, see what happens. See if your lights don't dim.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
It just doesn't work.
It's so this topic is.
Has anybody heard? Wait, hold on. Has anybody heard this word piezoelectric?
Piezoelectric.
Yeah.
Using pressure. Using pressure on a freaking series of freaking crystals.
I asked Grok how to harvest free energy from the ether, hypothetically, if Tesla's theory was real, and it's kind of fascinating, actually.
Oh, really?
And
yeah.
And
you need a good bit of weight as well.
Hold on, it says it needs an etheric antenna. That design is high sensitivity coil or helical structure, mineralized, kind of like a small Tesla coil. And it has a harmonic resonance of the Earth's Schumann frequency.
7.23, 7.28.
And then the elements, yes, and then 7.83 hertz or higher. And then the elements needed for that design are copper or silver and quartz crystal.
It needs crystals, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Crystal.
So yeah.
Let me tell you how they heated the buildings back then and why they were all stone, because they were high in quartz crystal.
Quartz crystal.
Okay, what the stones had quartz crystals in them?
Well, that's what they are. Quartz crystal is it's like limestone.
Graphene.
Yeah, graphene.
Right. So did they have all right, so they had quartz crystal around them.
No,
where were they?
In them. So they would grind up the quartz. So they would grind up the quartz crystal. Like early aqueducts also had remnants of copper in them because copper was really good to copper kind of works like moss to like alkaline water, right?
Well, and the water is salt water. A lot of it that they used to bring through there to like have.
It would alkaline.
Well, anyway, it would produce like the movement would produce also in a current. Yeah. There's many ways to do this kind of stuff, guys. It's just they want to shut people down that do it. Now, if we just buck the system and said fuck everybody, we don't care, and build our own stuff, we could help each other do this. Like, and I don't mind. I have a lot of knowledge. I don't think people believe that we can get away with it. It's like there's a fear of being caught and fined or something. But if we can do it, just get it online. Fuck it, man. Teach people how to do it, and everybody buck the system. There's not enough prison cells. Like, and what are you going to get? Like a week in jail? I don't care.
This is interesting.
I would love to do it, but I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't do it on my own.
Yeah, but you can do it because you're in a wheelchair.
Well, I mean, I can get away with it in like pity party. Yeah.
Yeah, but you are grounded. If you're in a wheelchair, you're literally grounded. So if you make like a gold wheelchair with like quartz crystal like hand things, like
and the rest of us are flying,
would work.
I'd fly. Listen, I would roll on gold rims if I could, but I can't afford it.
Where's Harmon at? Because right after you made that,
I hear you, Nico. I hear you.
No, I was expecting to hear. The problem you come across with that is that Yeah,
Right.
crystal's probably going to be something used up a little faster, and I can't believe you guys
Yeah.
are talking about that, man.
You'll never get
Okay.
away with that.
So AI says how it works is like this. The etheric antenna oscillates at the ether's frequency, pulling in the energy like a radio receiver tuned to an invisible station, and the quartz crystal keeps it locked in resonance.
Yeah, let me tell you what they really did is they sent from that this is true.
So they're using a blocking frequency.
From that antenna.
Keep it
Yeah,
away
they would drill holes down and run copper or silver or gold stuff, right? And this
Nanowire.
resonance the resonance they would drill down into the walls, right? Of the
Somebody sound
stone.
like they smoking a pipe, or they smoking
I
on
know.
a vape.
If he passed out on it.
Oh,
No, I'm listening.
No.
FE over there.
I'm listening. Look, he came back to life.
Hey, no, listen. You know, have you this thing I'm talking about? I'm pretty sure it will work. I mean, you keep saying it won't. Have you ever seen it done?
I didn't say that.
That's all I'm asking.
Harmon was like, hey,
Harmon, yeah. Has he ever seen it done?
I totally forgot to put you totally forgot to put a load on it, and then you forgot about that part, and then total thing is that you're gonna burn your alternator out. You guys.
Well, you don't need 10 alternators.
No, the alternator's not going to burn out, or it'd burn out in minutes on your car when you're going down the road anyway. But
You'll
like I
only get
said, back in the
14
day, and
minutes.
you could drive forever without one. All you got to do is start your car and go. Back in the day, I promise you didn't even need a battery, and that alternator just kept charging.
And then Harmon would come in and be like, "Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing."
It's charging constantly.
Then I'd go up
They
the
last
hill.
20 years on a vehicle, man.
Back in the
They
day,
used
you
to
needed
anyway.
some white liquor to put in the tank. Get over here.
Yeah, a pair of pliers and a wire, and you could start a car back in the day. Real easy.
Yeah.
So we're at a crazy place now. We know that you could do something with crystals. Like
Yes.
I'm not-
Yeah. Hey, if
Yeah,
you
I'm
drilled
not-
holes for real and you ran wire down
ahead.
from the antenna, right, resonating from the ether energy, you had a good oscillator, good resonator, and good. You have to have pure conductor metal though, so be really pure. But anyway, they would lace these walls up. They would lace these walls up with the wire coming from the antenna, and the quartz crystal was all in these rocks, all in the building was built out of. Therefore, given a charge to all of it, resonated it at the ether, like she said, 7.83. The whole building would
Harmon,
resonate.
man, where you at, bro? Harmon's like, I'm
I
over
fell
there
down.
trying to get a soda.
I think quartz crystal is like the key to the ether, really.
That's what our the firmament's made of. Quartz crystal.
It's in radios. It's in a
That-
lot of things. I mean, the older radios, but it's in
Quartz-
watches.
Quartz crystal, I think the frequency of quartz crystal and the ether, I feel like the ether maybe it would be a combination between quartz crystal and frequency. Like
I hear about the ether. I understand the quote unquote principles of the ether, but I've never seen the ether. I've never felt the ether. I don't.
We are the ether.
Like you see, like
We
when I hear
are.
stuff like that, like I'm like I can't see it. I don't get it. I don't get
Either
it. Like,
or.
I got a good link for you. A good
I get the
resource.
principles and stuff, and I hear what everybody else says. Now, I think the problem with a lot of us moving forward and trying to figure out how to get these things done with the resources that we have access to is, I feel, is to get away from a lot of conventional thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, think
Let me tell you the best
outside of
way
the
to-
globe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think
I'll give you
we get ourselves wrapped up with what we've been taught or what we think is the best way based off of what we've been taught, and I think that's what is, but what could be steering us in the wrong direction.
Yeah, wrong thinking. Yeah. Hey, do you have access to a drone, Vlad? I'll tell you the
drone?
easiest way to. Yeah,
Yes.
the easiest way to see this etheric energy. Okay, if you will go get you say, 200 feet of a not real thin, but a thin
Thin enough
copper
to
wire.
where I got you.
Okay. Get you a long stick, right, and just wrap it around like real tight, like wind it, counterclockwise on a stick, starting from the top. All right, and then when it's all he's still when it's all wound up, then stretch it out like a slinky, and start putting it up in the air with your drone. Just attach it with a rubber. You don't want to directly attach it to your drone because it might short it. So
that's what I was thinking. So
and then a little rubber piece of rubber or something like a
drone?
rubber band,
Okay.
and just run it straight up in the air, right? And then when you get it so high, keep it stable, and then attach your copper wire to a little bitty tiny motor. You know, some kind of little bitty motor on positive and negative side, and just let it run it like that. That's the way you can see that it's there. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I would have to take time in order to make this thing, like take time in making sure I'm doing it right. So then that way, because my biggest concern is once that freaking drone starts climbing up, a couple of things. You're gonna the weight of the coil, the weight of the copper wire is one.
Yeah.
Two, as it climbs in elevation, getting the freaking whatchamacallit to blow up, right? Actually shorting the freaking drone. Because
well, that's why you attach a rubber band.
Because
at the
we're
bottom.
we're not exposed. You've seen people touch those wires while the freaking drone is up there, and then they get shocked. I'm like, I don't want to shock my freaking drone and break my drone.
Right.
Let's pay good money for it and destroy the thing. And then so counterclockwise, I'm wondering if it's
that's because energy
say
flows
again?
like that. That's the natural way energy flows. That's the toroidal or etheric. It's the movement. It's the way it naturally goes. So when it comes down, it's naturally already turning counterclockwise.
Okay. Now I was wondering if it had anything to do with like there's right hand rule and shit like that. The direction
like that,
the magnetic field is turning, and then the direction that I think it's the flux is moving. Not the flux, but the direction that the current is moving. So if the current is moving in one direction, then the magnetic field would be moving in, I don't know. It's old school it's old school electrical principles that I don't know are or should be applicable in this case.
Well, this is why it's good to just try to mess around with things. Like make sure you're grounded with some rubber soles, wear you some rubber gloves, that kind of thing. If you're afraid of getting shocked, I guess the best way to learn is to get shocked a couple times. Not mean like frying you, but it's only going to give enough from that height.
Based off of how
to
high
convert usable energy. Right, you're going to need like to run like a computer or charge a phone. You're going to need some really heavy duty kind of stuff, right? But just to run a little bitty motor, just break apart a little toy car or something. That's
they got motors.
Have
they got them little motors everywhere.
Right. And that's just a good way to see what's up there. Now, the higher you go, of course, the better. But and the heavier the gauge wire, the more you can do down here. But I think the way they did it back then was to use a lot. They had access to a lot, of pure metals, I guess,
right.
And the knowledge with mercury and stuff, the movement of storing the energy and then, releasing it in the building, like throughout the building. And then you could actually, I think I'm hypothesizing, but I'm pretty sure that you could just tap right into the walls and have usable energy back then. Like without wire, of course there was wires coming down, but now there's a bunch of wires. And back then there's only like one heavy duty kind of thing. And the best thing about back then with the buildings being the technology is that there was always a constant flow of energy there. It wasn't something you had to go down the road for.
Well, hold on. You didn't have to look for a plug. You just had to put your phone on the wall of Starbucks or something, and then it would just charge. That would be so cool.
Oh, you know what? Are we far from that? I don't.
I hope not.
Yeah.
And your blocks probably stayed warm.
Yeah, and the conduit's through a magnet, so the walls had to have some sort of quartz, and then there had to be some sort of coil with a Tesla thing on top. So it was it was going from above and below, and then
Well, that's funny. So it's
through the walls.
It's almost as if we had a self-sustaining everything. Because, like I mentioned in New York, we had
it's really loud somewhere.
Yeah, somebody got their TV
I don't know
on.
what that is.
Somebody. FE Nation, is that you?
Yo, what's up?
Carl, your TV is loud. Are you multitasking?
I wasn't on the TV.
Oh, I heard.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
So,
can you hear it now?
No,
I thought my earphones were off.
Yeah, nah, everything's good. But it
Okay,
kind
I'm
of
sorry.
reminds me. It kind of
No, you're
reminds
fine.
me of what you guys are mentioning is like in New York City, in the city, and downtown Brooklyn, we would see train tracks. Well,
Mhm.
not train tracks. I'm not train tracks, but we would see tracks. I don't know if they were from trolleys or what, but we would see tracks in the street, embedded in the street.
Yeah,
After
they're
the
there
past-
in
they're
downtown
still
Brooklyn.
there.
Yeah, they're there.
It's still there, and
Yeah.
they try to cover it up with asphalt. After a while, the asphalt
Yeah, but it
gives
doesn't.
way.
Not in Dumbo.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
still
and
there.
yes, in Dumbo, right there. Like you see the fucking tracks
Under the
and it's
Manhattan
like,
Bridge.
yeah, and it's like
They tried to
what the
cover
fuck?
it up with cobblestone, and they tried to cover it up with the asphalt, and the remnants of it are still there.
Yeah, it's still there. So
Mhm.
I'm like, man, maybe this was like a self-sustaining thing where you had like a continuous flow of energy and electricity
Oh
to
my
where
gosh.
these things are moving. You have the fucking conductor running the trolley. You know what I'm
Conductor,
saying?
and there's some kind of semiconductor, and because the conductor is moving, it's
I
harvesting
don't
and doing the
I
things
don't
at the same time. Like it's almost like a energetic gear.
it's like,
Or-
yeah, it's like an energy ecosystem that they
Yeah.
had in New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had the buildings that were probably responsible for a lot of these functions taking
which
place.
were all grounded and tapped into the
It was
coil above that was like harvesting
you had,
it.
and
Like-
there's in
like
downtown.
harvesting rainwater, except the energy is invisible. Rain is like a physical thing, right? But if you
Yeah.
harvest invisible energy, what does that look like? You don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, just
But I can't
those
imagine it
buildings.
would
A lot of those old
I mean,
buildings that were up. Actually, a lot of those old buildings in Brooklyn and Manhattan downtown, they
Totally.
still up. Those old buildings are still there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And they had their function. They
Yeah.
had their function. They kept the city running.
Yeah, and also, why are a lot of graves still there when the buildings that were supposed to be there aren't anymore? Did you ever notice that?
Say what?
Like all of the graveyards that are still there that are from like the 1600s, 1400s, or whatever. But then there's a whole bunch of buildings that were supposed to be there from that era, but they're not anymore. But the graveyards are still there.
Huh.
I always wondered that.
Well, I've never seen a graveyard in New York for all those in New York that had anything from the 1400s.
Here in Jersey.
In Jersey,
Mhm.
from the 1400s.
I said 1600s, but the 1400, the Jersey, I think is, yeah.
Are
at
you
least-
saying there were buildings there at one
No,
point?
no. I think she said grave site.
No,
Wait,
grave site. So basically, like Edgar Allan Poe's, one of his houses is there, and that's like early 1800s or something like that.
Right. Edgar Allan Poe's from the 1800s, but I mean,
Early
from
1800s,
400
and
years
then
prior to that.
and then in Boston, I've seen graveyards from the 1600s, like Salem witch trials. Yeah,
But what I thought I heard you say from the 1400s as well.
I might have misspoke.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
you know, I got an idea about them railroad tracks you're talking about, Vlad.
Right.
I have a theory because what I've looked into, there's a lady named Michelle Gibson. If y'all don't know her, look her up. It's super important. All right, Michelle Gibson theorized, and I theorize the same. I've been looking at all of this, but like our major railroad tracks that were dug up, like and refurbished, so we could get back on them and do our thing.
Right.
Are 90-something% are next to rivers, running water.
Yes.
Think about that.
You know
And
what?
energy with the current.
Yeah, if you got a
Current.
creek on your land
You
and
wanna
it's
know
moving water, that's
Oh, I
cool.
never even thought about that.
That's something
Yeah,
I mentioned
yes.
a few episodes ago. I said, if you notice,
Mhm.
a lot of these cathedrals are next to running water. Like
Mhm.
Notre Dame
Or
is
aqua.
sitting
So are temples
yeah, Notre Dame sitting directly like on an island
on the
that's
sand.
in the middle of a river that's like
Uh-huh.
running
Yeah.
on both sides around it. I'm like, a lot of these things are right next to some source of water, but the water is running at the same time. Like
Mhm.
every time you see it, it's like clockwork.
Moving currents. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
any space above that or around it, I think up higher is going to give you you're going to access a better charge. Like if you up higher, if you got the antennas and stuff.
Mhm.
So that, and plus all of our highways that our energy is carried on with cars and all that,
Mhm.
believe it or not, are over
Always by water.
major biblical tree root systems.
Tree.
Like gems and diamonds, whatever, they're minerals. Yeah. Our highways, our major highways.
You know what's
they're built
if you
over
don't know the significance of biblical trees, quartz, ruby,
ley
whatever, like ley lines in a way, but they're energetic, I think.
high pressure underground mines that you can find gems.
Tree root systems. Yeah, that were silica based. All of our old biblical trees that were cut down by the angels, it's silica based, not carbon based. I mean, it's just a theory.
They're made of like crystals or some kind of crystalline thing is what I've heard the same thing. I find that just hard. I find that tough to swallow though. Like that's a tough one to swallow.
It's okay. Yeah, it is at first. I mean, I studied a lot on it, so I've just seen a lot more, I guess, probably.
Oh wait, the angels cut down trees? I never heard that actually.
Well, they were told to, so
That's
the
what
Nephilim
I've
couldn't.
heard the same thing, right? That the angels are the
God
ones that
sent
cut
them.
down the trees. God sent
Yeah, to
them down.
hew the trees.
Yeah, so
Oh
the
my God.
angels don't try to escape
something-
blood by climbing them shits.
Okay. Something literally clicked in my brain from.
You mean that happens?
Oh my God.
I'm
No.
joking, I'm
Okay.
joking.
So my aunt, so there's been a lot of plane crashes lately, and this is totally off topic, but I'm just gonna like dump this out right now because we've been talking about copper and all of that stuff, and I'm gonna kind of try to wrap this up. But when I was 6 years old, my aunt and uncle died in a plane crash in Metro Detroit, Michigan, and my grandparents were really, really kind of like advocates, and they created the group, like the memorial group that helped all of the victims, and they sued Northwest Airlines, and my grandmother got a marble monument placed on the hill where my Aunt Lisa's plane crashed, and she got 156 trees planted that were Austrian pine trees. And there was this, and I've been part of the memorial group for a really long time. And this guy contacted me from Channel 4 in Michigan, and he was like, "Hey, I think that your grandmother is this person and blah, blah, blah. I just want to let you know that we found that the city of Detroit went and chopped down these trees." Well, come to find out, my grandmother and the now person who runs the memorial group, they put copper nails into the 3 Austrian pines that the city planted.
Right.
And this whole concept of, I just lost my whole train of thought. I'm sorry.
Was it something to do with gems and stuff, and like electricity and conductors and?
Yeah.
Do you think kind of like what? No, go ahead. I don't want to steer your mind in the wrong direction. Go ahead.
And you said marble monument.
Yeah, it was a marble monument. So my grandmother had this marble monument pointed, and it's like this very strange sort of, it's like Middle Belt and I-94. So there's a lot of movement that goes in between those places. But I totally forgot my train of thought. And I'm sorry, Grandma.
Okay.
They're like capacitors.
Yeah,
they store energy.
They store charge. They store like a
energy.
Charge.
Whatever, I don't know.
Where is it going to be discharged?
I think this has a lot to do with archons and stuff, like spiritual kind of things that. I think we may be in between heaven and hell kind of reality, and there's somebody that can benefit from our fear or the natural ley lines of the earth and us.
Oh my gosh, what if belief is the ether? What if spirit is ether? What is, I don't know. There has to be a spiritual element to all of it.
And yes, Lisa.
Glad, I'm sorry that I totally messed up on that, but I
think
I can take 24 volts and move the world off of 2 alternators.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know, man. Like, I don't know about all that.
It's not my alternator.
I heard a guy speak about a 9-volt battery being used to do the Philadelphia experiment on that naval ship,
Really?
that disappeared and reappeared. a guy said you could do that with a 9-volt battery. I said, damn,
You see,
I don't doubt
like,
him. He
yeah.
sounded really smart. But,
Like, yeah, but that's the thing, man. Like, people make these claims about stuff, and when they put them out there, I'm like, that's just a waste of time. And the reason I'm saying that's a waste of time, it's like, all right, now you have to tell us in lay terms, because we don't know how the hell you can make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would assume, I'm going to assume that we have gotten to the place, right, where it's good to hear about these things.
Electromagnetism.
I remember a point.
Now we need to start finding out a way in which we can apply these things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It has to be in lay terms, because these shouldn't be so complex that they can't be done, because they can be done. You know what I'm saying?
I remember my point. So the time between this is like, it might sound retarded, but like my grandma and the now person, because my grandmother passed away 20 years ago, the person who is in charge of the memorial now, originally they went in, and my grandma was pissed. My grandma was like, they won't cut down these trees. Somebody said something about cutting down the trees. My grandma and Tony went and put copper nails into the trees.
Okay.
And then 20 years later, the city of Detroit had to cut down the trees because I'm like, my grandmother is literally like rolling over in her grave right now because they had to cut down these trees, but the patience of it. So maybe it's, you know how trees.
I wonder if
it takes time. Like it takes.
Right. But I wonder if the copper nail was used to make it grow in a particular way, in a particular channel the energy in a particular way.
Yeah.
I don't know. To
I
help
don't,
channel the
I
energy.
don't know, because copper is supposed to make things grow, right? Did those trees grow faster and bigger?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
But the trees died because of the nail.
Down, right?
No, because of the nail that my grandma put in them. That she was like, "I'm putting this nail in." They chopped them down 20 years later.
Oh, but the trees died with the nails in them.
Eventually.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, he may have pierced the heart of the tree.
And it was a little bit off, but maybe that particular tree and the resonance of the copper was like a bad frequency or something like that. Like, what if things don't harvest unless they're on like a channel, unless they're on some sort of.
A tree's not supposed to have anything drove into it.
Yeah,
we're not supposed to have anything like metal or put anything in us either. Bodies
Wait,
do
if I
reject it.
shouldn't go get my Neuralink next week? Is that what you're saying? Like I shouldn't.
So that's why they sell posts, because
posts to help the trees grow.
Yeah, so you don't. Yeah, because you're not really supposed to poke anything into a tree.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, in the ground is fine. It's not hurting it. But you put a piece of copper beside of it.
Well, my
but
grandma
into it is not the proper thing to do to anything.
And my grandma did that because Detroit planted extra trees, and the trees that were planted on the hill where the plane crashed represent one tree for every 156 passengers that have perished on that flight.
Dang.
And they planted extra trees, and my grandma was like, no. And they were like, we're not going to cut those down. So her and Tony went out and pounded copper nails into the tree, the 3 trees, and the city went and, cut them. They finally cut them down because they died. And that was like at the 35th anniversary or something like that. But
only after 20 years, they had a short life.
I
maybe because of those nails, yeah. Maybe.
Distinctly remember that copper nails were pounded into the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Copper nails. So what is the like
significance of them copper nails being pounded in?
Yeah, so like wood and copper, like is there like a frequency that negates kind of like a magnet or something like that? Why would copper? Because copper and water is good alkaline stuff. So like, why would copper kill?
Well, copper's soft, and it'd be hard to drive a piece of copper into it.
Exactly.
I mean, you could make a point to it, make it solid, I guess. But normally, I mean, I've been in construction a long time. They don't use copper nails too much.
Yeah.
No,
I
they
never
Unless
don't.
it's on it like a copper type roof that you're getting or something.
No,
And they would be small.
They would have
They
to
wouldn't
be
be-
drilled. The hole would have to be drilled. Copper is usually used as a decorative thing.
Yeah, I've never even heard of a copper nail, but if they had like, I don't know everything, so I'm like, if they had copper nails, I guess
They do have them.
Yeah,
but they're small, and they're for certain projects that you do on certain things. And I mean, but they're small.
But they,
they're not a big. It's not a big thing.
No, they're like the finishing nails that you see in like those fancy leather couches with like the nail thing. They're
But they're
usually,
like more of a copper coated than anything because it's got to be hard to drive into the.
Right.
It's like more of a copper coat. Yeah, you got to be able to drive into a piece of wood and piece of copper. I mean, you can make a point on it, I guess.
Right.
But it's not really the best thing for building or anything.
Probably need a nail gun.
Got a copper coat.
Probably a nail
I
gun.
don't think a nail gun would even. It would just bend. I don't think it would go in there.
no, you would have to drill a hole.
Say that again, Vlad.
No, because it's got a copper coat. You got to make sure it's got copper shoes and a copper fedora.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's copper coating, maybe. But I don't know if it's totally copper.
Yeah, if it ain't fully suited, it ain't gonna act right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
I mean, we over here talking all this craziness.
Wait a second, it needs copper tone. Like,
yeah, right. Copper tone got that copper belt to go with the copper. Man, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to get a sunburn.
But Mikey Smith, man, yo, you find anything new outside on the streets, man? What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's cracking lacking over there, Mikey?
What's happening, Mikey?
Nothing new, man.
Lay it down, brother.
I do have that. I did find my video of the one of the flatter stars that look like more like this, and I have a screenshot of it too. I found that.
Well, let's
video.
take a look, see, man.
Oh, I want to see it.
There's different stars.
Let's have a look, Mike.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah, let's peek behind the scenes over here, Mr. Mike.
Throw a copper tie on that motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, did I share my screen? I don't think I did.
Yeah, and Carl, I need to get all of your Jupiter pictures so I can stack them.
Oh,
Okay.
Nico, when are y'all going to?
You got my number, so when you get it, if you got it from Valley, right? If not, get it back from her, or I gave it to you that night.
You know,
and give me a call.
I got your. No, I have your number. I
you
wrote it
talking to
down somewhere.
Nico.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry.
Nico,
We're having
you
a
and
side
Nico.
conversation. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I interrupted, but I was going to say, when I was hoping to get a little personal interview about this primer field theory and how it relates to flat Earth, and
Oh yeah, we can do that. You're gonna
our
talk
view
to
of the world.
Lowry when he's awake tomorrow, and we'll schedule that shit.
All right. I think Vlad was going
See it, Mike.
to put me on there too on the
What in
schedule.
the
I don't
what
know.
is that?
Okay.
What is that?
Oh,
Yeah,
right
just
there.
email me or
I
shoot
have-
me a message whenever.
I will.
Yes, sir.
What,
Yes,
ooh,
sir.
what is that?
I got your number 2, RG. Hold on. We're gonna get this up here, and go ahead. You are in control, Mikey. Talk to us.
Yeah, I'm trying. It was just playing. Why is it not playing now? What the heck? Play. Nope.
I've noticed a similarity in these with the white being in the center.
I like that pink cursor.
And then the out. Yeah, go ahead, RG.
Yeah, and then the sides being a different frequency, but you can tell that by the color, of course. But yeah, the white in the center, it intrigues me about every one of the stars that you've showed so far.
I think
Yeah, they all got a different frequency, man. They're not all the same. Some of them's blue, some of them's white, some of them's red, and not all. Jupiter's not the only red one up there. I promise you that. Ooh, there's several. You can see it with your eyes,
Mikey, what's
Yeah,
going
So
on?
I'm just saying.
Wait, is this? Yeah. What kind of background is this? Is this?
I'm trying to get this video to play. It was.
This
playing.
is the blackness of space.
Yeah, Mikey. What if you reset it? Like not reset it, but
Yeah, just refresh.
close it. Yeah, close it and then open it back up again.
I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do
Yeah,
it.
or do a rain dance. Do a rain dance. It'll work.
Control Alt Delete or
Do the hokey
Oh my
pokey.
gosh,
turn
sometimes I
stuff
wish I
around.
could control alt delete my life. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Oh,
Like,
no.
go preset.
Nico, we would never know you then.
Yeah.
Be gone.
The bad parts that make us who we are.
Oh, there. What?
Uh-oh, it's
What in the world?
It's the bad parts
Okay.
that make us. Oh, look at the God,
Is that a
dog.
star?
Mikey, is that a diff? Wait, what star is that?
Yeah.
DEFCON 5. Damn, that's fire, bro.
That's like a rainbow star that's just floating in the nothingness of nothing. What is going on? What is
Well,
that?
that nothingness you're looking at is the sky at night, correct, Mikey?
Yeah, but I was talking about the pink cursor, actually. I think that's pretty cute. What
Okay.
is that?
Oh my goodness, what happened? You're teasing us
What
now,
star
brother.
is that supposed to be?
Mikey, what star is that?
There's many stars that look like that. I don't know which one it is yet. I've recorded many of them. Yeah. Flat star. Oh, that's a video. Where's my screenshot of it?
And when was this? When did you record these?
Oh, that would have been probably a year and a half ago.
Where? Where did you record that?
Oh, here in Canada, Saskatchewan. Here. Where's that picture now?
Where in Saskatchewan? It's kind of quite large. So where in like northern?
Yeah, southern part.
Do you have Sasquatches in Saskatchewan? I always wondered this. Like when I learned Canadian provinces, I was like,
not real.
so there's no Sasquatches in
Or anywhere.
Saskatchewan. Would you like to be part of the United States? Like, what do you think about like Trump saying that Canada is going to be the 51st state?
Oh, there it is.
Carlos, what's happening, brother? All right, here it is. And can you play this right here or no?
That's so cool.
Behold.
What fascinates me is that it's multicolored all at once. That's pretty cool.
But these ones don't have frequencies pointing out like the star Sirius does.
Are you serious?
Well, he's just
Is this recorded with your phone and your binoculars?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You know, we should get a magnifying glass and put it up to our phone and see what we can get in the sky. We might be able to burn like bugs in the sky or something.
A convex mirror, if you get it just right, you can do some pretty cool stuff.
Mikey, what's up?
I'm just blabbing to myself here.
That was pretty interesting how that looked. It almost looked like an egg or something. That was
what in the hell?
That was weird. That was weird looking.
Okay, what is that? What is that a basketball net?
That's the bottom of that's the bottom of the
sun.
It's the bottom of the sun, and like there is a basketball net in the foreground, though, right?
No,
So
remember, that's just an optical illusion.
Highway sign.
It's a highway.
Who would ever say? Who would ever say that's not local? I mean, damn, that's pretty close.
That's a badass picture right there, bro.
It's really cool. That's a really cool picture.
I like that, man. That's fucking sweet as shit, bro.
It's coming right out of the clouds too. Look at that.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, is that an optical thing where it looks like it's going around the fucking? Well, that's the light.
Yeah,
that's the light of it. I don't think that's the sun itself. That's the light.
No,
but it looks like the clouds wrap around that, man.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there's a frequency in that photo. There's a frequency in it. Like you can.
It's really, really zoomed in, basically. But it's pretty far away, ain't it, Mike?
But why is there a shadow in that foreground, like right under where you see like the?
Like,
oh, you mean local? Yeah,
yeah. And down a little bit. Like, what is that? There's that little dark area right there. Like, why is
that's
there
a tree line
shadow? Is that so? Where's that tree line coming from?
No,
by the way, I'm a photo editor, and
it's gotta be. It didn't refract up because look at your left and look at to your right. It goes flat all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there. Yeah. Go up with your cursor.
At a certain point.
Oh my gosh. No, hold on. It's
not refracting. That's like
no, it's a smaller reflection. You can see in the center.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
In the center, in the center, there's a kind of like a box, and then right above that put your cursor down a little bit. See that little box that's floating? That is the what I thought was a basketball net, the freeway sign. It's the smaller version of it. It's almost like you're seeing double of the magnification in a way. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, it's just a little out of focus, I think.
No,
in one, because it's closer. The road sign's a little closer than the thing on the ground, right? It's that sunspot on the ground that's straight across.
No, it's like a dupe. It's like a dupe of it. Like that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I lived in a dark room for like 2 years of my life, and so photography and light.
Developing film.
Yes, yeah.
Old school style.
Yes, old school. Yeah, and I understand like refraction and all of that stuff, but that light in front, that line that's at the very bottom of this frame is a reflection in the lens. It's a reflection of a refraction. It is. It's upside down and backwards of the lens. It's weird.
You sure that's not like grass or weeds right there?
I'm sure
that's
it's
what I
not.
was thinking.
I'm sure it's not because if it was grass or weeds, it wouldn't have that backlight the way it does.
Oh,
right.
I was thinking.
So why is it flared up?
Because
like what is that flaring up there?
It's almost like double pane. Like imagine looking through the glass and imagine looking through like a street light in double pane glass. You have like a small but that small little glass, those two glass plates together, it will create like a really large difference between the two perspectives of it. So so that backlight is actually a backlight of the reflection in the lens on a concave, or not the reflection between the concave and the convex in a way, because you can see the bottom of the sun that is dipping behind the horizon. That's going to create the backlight, but that small other picture basically creates a sort of pinhole camera of the same, a pinhole reflection of the same thing.
Oh.
That's too complicated for me right now. I mean, I kind of get what you're saying.
It's kind of complicated. It's kind of all right. So that bottom thing that I'm talking about right now is kind of like what the camera obscura version of it would look like.
I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know what y'all talking about. But I'm just trying to see what these stars is. Mikey, Mikey, you think you got? Yeah.
That's a good picture.
Mikey, you don't look too happy, bro. You
I like that picture, man. That picture's awesome.
That picture is super fascinating. I guess maybe what I'm trying to explain about that picture is that the foreground of it looks like it's the background, and that is how.
Is that Capella or is that serious again?
What is that?
Okay. No, I'm going. It's I figured out what it was. Give me a second. It's Vega. Yeah, Vega.
Okay.
Vega.
In Andromeda.
That's the character with claws jumping off the gate in Street Fighter 2.
Yeah. With claw, yeah.
Wait, where is Vega? Is that where is Vega? Is that in Andromeda Galaxy or Pleiades or which one?
Man, whether it's in Andromeda, freaking Moesha, I don't even know.
I know Vega is Vedic astrology is part of India's.
No, Vega.
No, that's Vega, not Vedic.
Vedic is part of.
No, but he's talking about the star.
Vega, but Vega is part of Vedic. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You sure?
No.
I mean, I don't know. Now you're making me doubt myself. Now
man,
you're making me
Nicole,
gaslight
man,
myself,
like
and like we're talking about stars that are full of gas.
Nicole just making it up as she go along, man.
No,
Look
I'm
at her, y'all.
not. I'm not making.
He's like Vega, same thing as Vedic shit. Same thing as
No,
Vedic.
no. Vega is part.
You want to
of
sound smart,
Vega.
didn't you?
I think Vega. No,
Vega, vinegar, Vladimir, vanadium,
Vladimir.
Venezuela. Same thing.
Hey, aren't you glad I said that? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. We
No,
were saved
Vega
from your
is
grace.
part of Veda. Vedic.
Mikey, where'd the stars go? There they are. Where? Hey, there. Hey, damn! Look at the fucking background.
Okay, what in the what?
No, this is I found out. This is Pleiades, the 7 stars here in Pleiades. Actually,
Yeah, the seven sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what that was. I didn't realize. I thought I was just taking random pictures of the firmament. Which
That's the Small Dipper, right?
No. Shit.
No.
If
It
that's
looks like a
Pleiades,
dipper almost.
I was gonna say, if that's Pleiades, do they have a
Pleiades.
constellation nearby called Gentleman?
Nice. Well, Pleiades.
Hey, Mikey, can you zoom in?
Pleiades, Vlad.
You see that third star down, Mikey? That third star down on that. Can you zoom in on that little square looking thing, if you don't mind?
Yeah, like right in here.
Right there to the left. No, to the far left.
Yeah, I want
right.
to see that
Keep going.
myself.
See how they're like lines almost, like you said on the last ones. They almost interconnect there.
Looks like the firmament on the moon. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, looks amazing. So,
That's where I'm from. That's where Maxwell's from, by the way, which according to past life.
Hey, that's the firmament, isn't it?
That's a Pleiades.
Yeah, I know, but I'm looking at what I'm looking at. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
even
see
looks
it.
like
I got plenty of pictures of it. We can match them up if you want to.
The seven sisters.
Pictures of what? Pictures of what? Pictures of
Pleiades. I got Pleiades over the moon. It's
Match
badass
those
shot, man. I'm focusing on both of them. You see them both.
Match those
What
Pleiades.
kind of camera are you using?
P900.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Go look at it. It says Pleiades and the moon. It's on my channel.
Hold
Just go
on,
look
dude,
at it. And you'll see.
You showed me pictures of Jupiter, and now you're showing me pictures of the Pleiades. Like, come on, dude.
Right next to the moon. Yeah. Right above it. Right above it.
Hold on. I don't see Jupiter in this.
No, Jupiter's not in this one.
No.
Oh. Okay.
No, not in this one.
That's great.
Right.
What
I'm sorry.
World? What a wild photo.
Yeah.
There's just so many straight lines.
I'd like to match your Pleiades picture up with mine.
But it looks like there's
and
a
see what angle we're looking at it from when we see it.
It looks like the ocean. It looks like water.
That's the firmament. That's the fixed stars in the firmament.
Yep.
Everything else like Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Uranus, everything that is below the firmament. Those are different. Those move.
Right.
Okay, show
different
me
courses.
I want to see 569. The 5-6.
They're no higher than the moon. The mothers. They're
I wanna
right
see
beside the
that one.
moon, same height as the sun and the moon.
What in the hell is this shit? What is that?
And I think everything is super small, y'all. I think it's nowhere near as far away either.
Okay.
Yeah, the moon's not no more than 2 miles in diameter.
When I was a
Right.
kid, I thought if you zoomed into moss, it would
it's
be
that,
like
2.4.
little tree people.
Did you say moss?
Moss? Yeah.
What happened?
When you zoom into moss, it looks like little forests. And yeah, and that's where like the gnomes and fairies live.
You talking about Randy? You talking about Randy, right?
Randy.
Randy Moss.
Like
No,
the puppet?
Oh Lord, no. No, I think
What
you're
is
about Pete.
Okay, this looks like a party.
It's a party. It's a party. It's a party.
So the moon is on the right.
Gosh.
The
It's like graves on the moon. Like we can't even like. You guys want to go to Pleiades tonight? Like,
Hold
I
on.
got a VIP.
We need to open a club called Palladies.
Hold on, Mikey. Mikey, go ahead. Mikey, go ahead.
Let's go to Palladies, y'all.
I got a +1. Hey.
Right.
Mikey, go ahead.
I know
Mikey.
the owner. I know the owner.
Mikey about to lose his top out of this bitch, man. Look at that motherfucker again, man.
I'm just waiting. That's all I'm
Go ahead,
doing.
homie. Talk, man. Say what you say. Man.
Yeah, no, they got the moon on the right and the ceiling, the dome, whatever you want to call it, on the left, and these so-called craters, if you want to call them that, on the moon. They're obviously same thing on the left.
Same thing.
And of course, they got these like half shadow deals here, just like the indents on the moon there.
Right.
The zits.
So I wonder if there's any way, and I'm sure there is if you could take one side of that picture and superimpose it on the other side to see if they actually match.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
So how long you guys been showing these? I've been gone. How long you been showing these right now?
Oh, you finally woke up? Oh,
Yeah.
we just showed him. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Harmon was sitting there seething, listening to me freaking mock his voice earlier.
No, I wasn't. I was gone.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
I see that, Mikey. That's badass, man. What you're showing, you can see it looks like craters, right?
Well, yeah,
but
shadows, like exactly the same is here.
Exactly, I see it.
I see it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I see what you're talking about.
You want to see the other side of the story?
All
what you're
high
seeing?
footage,
Hold
film
on,
footage of.
Harmon is coming in with the big stick of disappointment. Go ahead, Harmon.
Okay, now I know Mike and I disagree on this, but that's okay. He's a great guy anyway.
High altitude balloon film footage, man, shows this moon is small and local and close to the
oh my
clouds.
gosh, can you
It'd be
not?
nice to have one person talking at once.
Harmon, finish, please. Go ahead, Harmon.
Sheesh, Mike.
Jesus.
Goodness gracious.
Well, it's crazy.
No, I'm talking about the other guy, Mike.
No, yeah.
Oh my God! Imagine being a woman. Okay.
It's called respect. When someone's talking, let the other person talk. Like, and listen. You
I
guys
go
gotta
online
get your
yesterday.
listening
Yeah.
skills.
Go ahead.
Thank you,
Go
Mike.
ahead.
Thank you, Mike. I go online last night. I just thinking. I was talking to a guy the other day, and I kept looking at Mike's picture. I kept looking at it, right? And boom, it hit me. Oh, that's a circuit. It is a circuit board because I always thought from the first day I thought it's a circuit board. And so I
Harmon,
Google it.
they can't hear you. They can't hear you.
me?
Louder, please. Can you? You think?
I don't know how much louder I
Can
can
you
get.
hear?
I can hear you.
All right. I can hear you too.
Okay.
So we can hear Harmon. Go ahead, Harmon.
So I go online and I Google. I says, are there any problems with the night mode of Samsung cameras? And it pops up and saying, yeah, you get a ghosting behind them. Somehow they didn't put a right screw in there to block the light, and they didn't seal the lens enough that it's actually getting the circuit board and sometimes people got grid patterns. They got all kinds of stuff that was behind the picture.
Wow.
Light flare, like Holga, or
Yeah, but it's
something like
taking
that.
it's taking it from this. It's getting mixed up with
Oh,
the
it's so
pixelations inside the
pretty.
camera.
It's so pretty. I love it.
And it's giving, and that's the effect that it's giving.
Yeah, so that I found 3 pictures, so I mightn't find much, but I did read the comments. One of them, and like the one where he has the Star Sirius in there, you can see it behind it. It describes it to a T what they did in 2020, saying, "Hey, it looked like I was filming the circuit board inside my camera." And they go and look in, it takes it apart and shows where the screw was out and the hole was on, lighting the camera, and it was doing all that. And
Why so serious?
And I believe in Mike Stars all the way. I've always, me and Mike know I like it, and I can tell him what I want. And I'm not a believer in the firmament, so I'm not a doubter. I'm not going to destroy it. And I told him just a week ago, I said, man, this is making me think now. I've never seen something like that.
Right.
And I said, and then I'm just sitting there last night saying, why the hell not just look it up? And to me, the answers were there. It's only a Samsung cameras that do it, and it's only in night mode, and it's only when you take night mode with very little light around, and it gives the background.
Equal parts RGB is pure white light. Pure white light is in the middle, and so when you put, when you have your printer, your ink cartridges for your printer are CMY, cyan, magenta, and yellow. It's a scientific color wheel. It's different than the additive color wheel with like red, blue, and yellow, where you mix like red and yellow and you get orange or whatever. CMY and RGB are different. So when you put cyan in front of the opposite, it takes away the color. It takes it out. So
I would say that's false.
No, this is science.
It's scientific, right?
Yeah. No, it is.
That you put the red in, you put the green. It's red, green, and blue, and you mix them together.
RGB equal parts of red, equal parts of RGB, like the color frequency of red, green, and no, it is. I'm serious. Look it up.
I already got through this years ago. The RGB, you got the three lights. And what causes the white? You got a green light, then you put a white light.
See, I can't hear what he's saying in the chat.
And you put a blue light in it. No, and you put each one, and they'll be on the outside and in the middle because you got so much light. You put.
I can hear Nicole. I can hear everybody else.
It makes it white.
It's literally, it's like the prism.
No, okay, give me a red crayon, blue crayon, and yellow crayon, and sit there and put them together.
No,
and make
it's
me white.
not the additive. No, it's not that. So
you might have to have him drop down and come back up if he can't hear.
Hold on. Harmon,
that's why I didn't mean to interrupt earlier, but I heard nobody talking.
All right.
Okay. So I'm sorry about that. It was just a misunderstanding.
Hold on. I just removed him and then I brought him back in.
Okay.
And then he's still having a problem with it.
He needs to turn off and come back.
I don't know. Let him talk.
Yeah, Harmon, go ahead. Keep talking. Because
is
you
it
guys
they
can hear
can't
Harmon,
me,
right?
or is it that one guy's problem?
It's nobody's problem.
You hear me? Okay. So red, green, and blue are the lights. If you take a red flashlight, green flashlight, and blue flashlight,
it's just mine, obviously.
And you shine them all at your wall, the middle's going to be white because you've added so much light it washes out their color. It doesn't make white. It does. Have you tested it?
Yeah, I went to school.
No, you haven't. All right, now I know
Yes,
you're saying.
I have. I went to school for
it.
Okay. I literally went to school for this.
Well, I believe you.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's been here.
You take the three lights, you put them in the middle, and they'll be white because you have so much light. Your interpretation of it, red, green, and blue do not
You're
make
actually
white.
wrong. Yes, they do. Equal parts RGB make blue.
Cool
and
story.
the reflection that you see is the subtraction of color.
The absence of color. Right?
What?
The absence. Now, you're right. I know what the theory you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Kelvin scale.
Right. I understand that.
Okay, so
I'm telling you, red, green, and blue don't make white.
Equal parts RGB create white light. Yes, they do.
They have to try to describe what they're seeing, and all they did is add more light, and the light in the middle will be white because you got light from all three, which bleeds it all out. That's all that's happening.
Okay, fine. That's the way you want to explain it. That's fine. It's
What
still.
do you think is happening with the microphone?
Do it. I
But
can
it's
do it.
still
right now.
So, all right, guys, we're not going to
argue.
Go ahead, Mikey.
Google.
Yeah, there you go. So we're
Yes.
going to agree to disagree. We're not going to fight over a bowl of fruit.
But yeah, like you can take your Lucky Charms without marshmallows, and I can.
Why don't we all
have
talk
mine with marshmallows? Like,
Yeah,
it's
let's
fine.
all fight. Hey, I have an idea. How about we fight? Or how about not? So, Mikey
Yeah,
Smith,
let's have Fruit Loops.
where's your stars real quick?
Whoa, what are we doing
Which I
now?
don't know how we got there. I was always saying as the background behind the star. It's from what I found out. They call it aberration from inside the camera, that from the broken screw and loose lens. It's
Hold
talked
on.
about
Are you
on
saying,
the internet.
Harmon, are you saying that's why Mikey's stars in the middle are white? Because
Yes,
of
they
what
mix
you're
together.
saying?
Exactly.
And that's
what do
in
you
his
think about that,
phone,
Mike?
correct? Is that from your
No,
phone?
Picture he's talking.
Yes, Mikey. He's FE Nation's asking you a question. Go ahead, FE Nation.
I'm just asking, is it for, but Mikey, you took that with your phone and binoculars, right? It wasn't a camera. As far as your P900 or 1000, right?
Yeah, binoculars and cell phone, yeah.
Okay, so his cell phone lens is loose and needs a screw tightened. I'm just asking, in his phone?
So that's what all the people who were complaining about in 2020, and Samsung today still refuses to fix it.
Huh.
Only on night mode.
I don't know what pictures you're talking about yet.
I understand, because you wouldn't read the comments and you said you wanted to see a picture. Read what the guy says. He describes exactly what your picture is.
But no, I'm talking about my picture. I don't know what picture you're talking about of my
You
picture.
got a picture of Sirius or one of the ones that looks really good. Maybe the one and off to the right behind it, you can see
Like the one behind me?
I don't know if that's what's behind what it shows. What's behind the star on that picture?
Nothing, black, like all my stars.
Okay, one of them has remember the other day we were talking, we said circuit board, Vlad? We said that looks like a circuit board, that picture.
Right. One of your firmament pictures, and then we was like, that shit looks like a circuit board.
Yeah, but that's not a single star. That's the Palladium.
I'm not talking about the star. I'm talking the stars are good. I'm not ever questioning your stars.
You just mentioned many times the firmament behind the star.
Yeah. And so he's Go ahead.
How would you describe that picture he showed for last? It's the firmament that he had that nice picture of the star. How would I describe it any better than what's behind it? He shows it.
Yeah. I was like, because I said the same thing. I was like, I said the same thing, and when you said it last week, I was like, yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it looks like a circuit board,
But
and like
it's
we were in
not one
agreement.
single star. I'm very confused.
Oh, I can't help you.
Yeah, I think. Hey, if y'all don't mind, let me try this. So
Go ahead, Archie.
I think if what he's basically saying is Samsung in 20 or 2021 had a theory of why things look like a circuit board with things behind them, like maybe gas stars, plasma, or something. And there was a problem with the screw. Now, right? What I'm saying, like,
you got it wrong. You got it wrong. They wasn't taking pictures. They're taking pictures of wedding at nighttime. They were taking pictures at night. Anytime they used the night mode, something was coming up behind it. When it's a dark night mode, they were taking.
I've taken 150,000 pictures of stars and sky pictures of everything, and there's never circuit board circuitry in those pictures ever.
Well, we saw it.
Who's we?
Which when you put it on the channel live the other day.
There's a little tiny one up in the corner. That's one out of like 100, 200 pictures I've taken.
And it shows you what that aberration is, that it's a picture with inside the camera.
I think it will come up in a lot of other pictures, though. The way he's taking pictures of that looks possibly like squares, has depth, has like texture look to it. It's not something that's all around the picture, right? It's rare in his pictures, actually.
You want to know what, guys? I think this is a good thing to discuss, because here soon Mikey is going to be able to look at these things, and we can see if what we're looking at is a breadboard or a circuit board or the firmament, right? And then the good thing is that we don't have to worry about just one piece of technology that he's doing it with. But Mikey, you're going to be bringing your P900 too as well?
P1000, yes.
P1000, my bad. So he's also going to be bringing his P1000. So I think this will be the telltale spot, unless the P1000 gives us the same issue. You know what I'm saying, Harmon?
Yes, but the quality build where they don't let the light to bleed in on P1000 doesn't happen. So, and it only you got to realize it's only on night mode because you've got it frozen. You know, it's like you have to hold so still to take a picture at dark. The aperture just stays open longer.
Well, hey, just in defense, Harmon, of different pictures of the firmament stars, I've seen that before in other people's work, like a lattice look, like square and lines connecting things.
Some are square and lines, and some are circuit board. They're all different ones.
Right.
Okay.
How come they line up?
Because you want them to.
Because of the lens.
He said
exactly. That's what I tried to say before.
The line.
Because of the lens. It's because of the lens. Because the lenses are made out of quartz. And
I'm not putting you down. Yeah, but go ahead. I apologize.
Well, no, I mean, I am a photo editor. Like, I studied photography. I went to school for it. I have a degree in it. I understand photography. I understand lenses. I understand light. I understand like all of that stuff. I understand photo emulsion.
Oh, and quartz is overlaid. Is that what you mean?
Quartz,
like the structure of it?
Quartz crystal is a lens. Quartz crystal is what lenses are made out of.
Right. I mean, I think I've heard the molecular structure of the way quartz grows in particular is like a lattice work in a way as well. But
Kind of, yeah.
his pictures don't look like that though. His pictures are like depth. There's stars that make up the lines and stuff. Like, yeah.
And they
In my
could,
opinion.
and so there might not be a background, and it could be pixelization. It could be all of this stuff. Like, how can we get to the Pleiades to even know? This is my question. Like, how can we zoom into?
We build a rocket.
Yeah, right. But how can we zoom into stars that are so far away? And
They're
all
not
the
far away.
cameras.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the
okay,
thing,
maybe
yeah.
they're not. Maybe they're not far away, but all cameras photograph the same sort of thing. You know.
Yeah, Schneider. In the comments, maybe Schneider. It's he said ferment might have circuitry in it. You know.
Or what if we're living in like one of those? Remember those like red viewfinders where you're just like click.
Oh, the Viewmaster.
Yes.
You're like, hey,
We're
look,
living in one of those.
Yeah.
What if, like, in all of the cameras, they have one of those like viewmasters that are like when you zoom in far enough, you
wheel, you flip it. It got Michael Jackson dancing with freaking Winnie the Pooh.
exactly. And like,
Hey,
what if
look.
like modern cameras have like a embedded in the chip, like one of those viewmasters of like what this is supposed to look like? I don't know.
Ooh, man.
I don't know. I just feel like if I can't get there and I can't see it personally, it doesn't really exist. But I love looking at the pictures of it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna gracefully bow out. Mikey, great work again. Thanks for showing us. Hey, Nico, if y'all don't mind, you got my number, Vlad, and Nico, if y'all want, I got some really interesting theories that I think are gonna change flat Earth and the way us real believers and knowers like are starting to see things. So
Evolve.
if
you want to evolve flat Earth, we're on the evolution track of flat Earth. Hey, Mikey, I think your pictures are fantastic.
Nico, let RG.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on now.
I was just gonna say if you do want to drop some way I can get in touch with y'all or leave my number or email Nico in the chat here. If you have an email, that'd be cool.
Email NicoleShow@gmail.com.
Hold on, say that one more time.
Nicole Show, NicoleShow@gmail.com. Or you can email tinfoilsombrero777@gmail.com
I'll forget.
Alexander.Lowry.
I gotta stick with one of them.
You know what I'm gonna do, RG? I'm gonna
just
text
leave
you
a comment. Just leave a comment. Just leave a comment, and I'll we'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
All right,
I'll
family.
contact you
Good night, RG.
telepathically.
Yeah, y'all too, man. Hey, and God bless you all. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I can say a short prayer before we go.
Sure, man. Yeah,
Before
go
I
ahead, bro. Do your thing, fam.
Okay, awesome. Father in heaven, thank you for gracefully giving us this opportunity to come together and shoot ideas off each other once more. And Father, just give us that right path to follow, something to give us breadcrumbs, just little things that can inch us closer and closer towards your truth, towards what you want us all to know about your creation, Father. And God bless everyone. I hope everyone has a great night. And Father, just intervene in any areas of their life that they need you, and Father, just give everybody what they need to find you in the end. And these things I pray in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
God, y'all.
Amen.
Have a good one.
All right, family. You have a good night,
right.
man. Thanks for coming on,
All right.
RG. I'm gonna hit
Yes,
you
sir.
up.
Later.
All right,
All
man.
right.
Peace.
Later.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, man. So, Mikey, go ahead with the stars, bro.
I think those pictures are beautiful.
They're fucking crazy.
They're beautiful. Look at the
And the
color
thing is-
frequency of it.
And the thing is the amount of moisture he still had in the sky when he took those pictures. That's
They're
the crazy.
amazing. There was this photo that I saw somebody posted on X. It was like 25 times magnification of a droplet of honey. And the star photos that you're showing literally look like that.
What?
Yeah, it looks like a light that was sort of like like if you took like a quartz crystal that had like a whole bunch of like spikes and you put a flash underneath it and flashed through it. That's what honey looks like magnified 25 times. And the photos that you're showing kind of represent and like mimic that. And I find that really fascinating. I think it's amazing.
What's crazy too is he's got it on video as well.
On VHS?
No, he's got it on Betamax. Yes, he's got it not on VHS. He's got it on freaking on his phone. He videoed it off his phone. Not like videotape or an 8mm, reel to reel. Oh my God.
Did you capture that shit on a twin lens reflex? Like what? He's like riding it. He's got the hood over it. He's got the tilt and the bellows. Yeah. Like what?
Harmon's like, oh wait a minute. I'm
like Ansel Adams up there.
I'm trying to keep your phone still, but you keep moving all over the place. There's no way I could just move it out. God damn it.
Like Ansel Adams like developing it, and there's like
let me stop, man. Okay, man, it's late than a motherfucker. I'm acting dumb as hell. See,
I know I gotta go. And Lowry's like snoring up there, and I have to go, and I'm on Lowry's thing, and I feel bad that I'm just like blah 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 blah. Photography, fuck off. Yeah, sorry.
I'm acting dumb as hell, man. I'm like stupid. And hey, I need to get my act together. I'm gonna get my act together for y'all on Friday, though. Real talk. I'm gonna make up for this, man, because today was just like clash bang, putting it all together. Last night was quite challenging and it was fun, but yeah, last night we missed out.
What happened last night?
No. We just missed out. Like last night, I had a million things going on. It was a last minute task, and I was tasking that I was given, and I was pressed against the clock, and so I didn't get to produce anything for Truer Tuesday. Serge, Mikey, don't forget to buy. And Serge is in the house, y'all. Serge Gariepi, Miley. He says Miley, so he thinks you're Miley Cyrus. He thinks you're Hannah Montana. He's like Hannah Montana.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Wait. I can buy myself flowers.
Nevada.
Got my name in the sand.
Miley, don't forget to buy cleaning kit.
I have cleaning kit to clean. I've got lots of cleaning kit.
You don't forget. You buy cleaning kit.
Yeah.
Cleaning lens is very important.
Yes, it is. It is. Mikey, don't forget to buy a cleaning kit. Says Serge. Welcome,
Miley.
Serge.
I do.
I got two of them right there.
Hey, and don't forget to acclimate your camera.
Yeah.
Leave it in the bag. Put it out there. Open, and let it set and let it acclimate to the weather when you film.
Wait,
don't forget to shoot with a UV filter. Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait. So quick question I have for you guys. If he's going to be using his camera phone, does he have to have that acclimated to the weather as well? I know.
I would.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. So I'm asking because you guys.
But that's why it doesn't sweat, because you take it out of hot and the cold, it'll sweat.
Did you know water is wet?
No.
Yeah.
Hot. Fire hot, guys. You know that?
No, listen to him. I mean, I ain't no pro at this. I mean. Whatever you can take to work towards your advantage.
Milk is white.
I don't know.
Sometimes brown.
So you guys do the stuff like I don't know. So I'm not gonna sit there and bash it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to like bust out my 4x5 camera for y'all.
Okay, what's 4x5?
Yeah, like one of the
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
No, it's like one of the ones that you put like the cloak over. It's
you put
backwards.
Oh, one of them things like you
I have it.
Of like Abe Lincoln or some shit.
Yeah, it was from that era. Like you don't even need a battery for it.
Oh dang.
No, you literally it like has like a shutter, and you don't even need a battery. Like it works off of nothing.
That's what's up.
Wow. Ether, it works off the ether.
Mercury vapor.
Oh, okay. Harmon.
Yes, sir.
You have any last thoughts, my friend?
No, and I wasn't putting Mike's up picture tonight. The stars are awesome. I just I'm reading this. It's a grid back there. That's all.
No, okay. All right. Hey, man, I wasn't. Hey, nobody was jumping on your case, man.
No, I know
Professor
that. I was
Phil, man.
talking.
Yeah, go
I was
ahead.
muted and I was trying to talk. I said, why didn't one listen? I thought I was muted. What a dummy.
Wait, I didn't mute you.
No, I muted. I went to look up a site, and when you come back, I have to unmute.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was reading some stuff while you guys were talking.
All right. Okay. All right.
Anyway, Nicole, you're awesome. I like to see that camera. I like to see that camera of yours.
I will definitely show you. And I have lots of photos that I took with that camera. And I've been a photographer for probably I'm 44. So I don't know, 40 years of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
I
it works with the
love
light coming in. It wouldn't need a battery because it's the light coming in, going onto the projected
Emulsion?
onto the to the
Emulsion.
film. That's why
Emulsion.
they kept it up so long, and that's why you had to hold so still back then.
Yes, exactly. And we can go into all kinds of detail of that, but it is called emulsion. And emulsion with black and white photography is a little bit different than color photography. And there's different ways to develop it. But
last thing you want is too much emotion in your camera. You don't want the camera.
Not emotion, emulsion.
You don't want the camera crying all over the place and then getting tears in the shit. Fuck the whole system up.
It's not emotion.
Like, dog, man, what happened to your phone? It's not working. Like, man, that shit mad emotional, dog. That shit don't even work no more, man.
Oh my gosh, that's what photography is. It's emotional.
I don't know why
it's called emulsion.
It's got emotions in it.
Emulsion, not emotion.
All right, good night, all. Good night. Thanks for letting me up. Good night, Mike.
You have a good
Good
night.
night.
You have a good night, Harmon.
No, but seriously, Vlad.
You have any last thoughts, FE Nation?
Yeah. Thanks for having me, for sure. I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Anytime,
we got a little bit off track. We was talking about the power grids and stuff like that, power.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Like I said, I'm in the works of something where, let's just say, the off-grid thing is going to work out.
Yeah. Man, you know what, man?
And when I get it working, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'm really close already.
Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't want you to lose steam or lose energy by giving too much information, but when you feel you've got a good handle on things and you want to divulge just a little bit, I'd be more than happy to listen, and I won't press you for more information.
And it'll be on a private thing. We won't do it live.
Yeah.
We can do it live on Tinfoils and Bros.
No.
No, not what I'm going to show.
I don't want you to lose that steam, man. I feel where you're coming from, though, man. Okay.
I can get 24 votes, man, and push the world. I'm telling you, that's all it takes.
Okay. Dang, man. Dang.
What?
Okay.
24 votes.
24 votes. Damn.
Yeah, you can push a lot of stuff with it, man. Car batteries, couple alternators, some magnets, and some magnets.
And
it's on like Donkey Kong. I promise you, man.
Yep. All right. Mikey Smith, anything?
No, I'm good, man.
You good? Well, family, shit, man. Nikki, do you have anything?
So just because I'm sitting here on Lowry's, he's snoring up there because he went to bed. But thanks, Vlad, for hanging out. I can't wait to have you back on Tinfoil Sombrero. And Carl, obviously, love you. Mikey, I want to see more of your beautiful Pallades photos. And I would love to argue about photography anytime.
All right.
Shit, anytime. And also just love and light, everybody.
All right. Well, I think Mikey's going to have quite a bit for you here coming up. So you're going to have your hands full in the next couple of weeks. I promise you. You. So KJV, send me an email, KJV at ironwork92000 at gmail.com, obviously. Hit me up in email, KJV. You hear me? KJV, hit me up at, hold on.
Ironwork92000 at gmail.com.
There we go. Yep. Yes, ma'am. So hit me up there. KJV, and then we will discuss that, and then we can plan something out. But you guys were amazing. You guys always make this place so much better and so much more fun. I love having you guys on my panel.
So do
And
you, Vlad. So do you.
thank you, Nico, for coming on. This is the first time we had Nikki on here to do her thing, and it was fun. Do more. Do more.
Ooh, see, like I'm sitting here under Lowry, and he's sleeping back there. So.
It's all good, man. Larry needs his rest. He needs his rest. But family, that's gonna wrap it up for the night, man. Normally I'd be going till the damn chicken be singing, but that's it for the night, man. I gotta go brush my mouth and I got work in the morning. Anyway, family, before I get up out of here, you know, I wish you guys nothing but the best. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity, most of all, wisdom. Be sure to tune in and catch us on Friday. I'm going to do my best to make it on Friday. I got some craziness going on, but I am going to do my best. And then we could get down and we could discuss more of this craziness, because we are at 0 hour and Mikey is getting on out of here to perform his duties and make this craziness happen. So we're going to button things up one last time on Friday, and then Mikey is going to be off.
Vlad, you're a star. Seriously, like you're just such a good motivator, and I just thank you for being my friend.
Oh man, thank you for being
seriously
my friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
Mikey, you kept up the good work. Nicole, call me. Vlad, thank you for having me.
You got
Peace out, everybody.
Every and
All
any
right.
time, man.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
Much love, everyone.
Peace, family. All right, family. That does it for us. We gone. We out of here. Mikey, you rock. Effie Nation, you rock. Nikki, you rock. Harmon, you rock. Everybody. Peace, love, all that shit. Again, catch us on Friday. Friday, we're going to be making sure Mikey has everything squared away so he could be off doing his thing, man. This is it. We're there, y'all. We are there. So, again, Friday. After that, who knows? Anyway, love you, family. We are out. Peace.